A three,
A two,
a
a
one.
one.
Everybody, welcome to Read This Read That. I am Jackie Reid
I'm Joy Ann Reid.
with some dirty ass glasses. Can't even see. I don't have any of my wipes around. These glasses, my glasses, I don't know what happens to them throughout the day, but they
Yeah,
end up like
foggy.
so dirty. Oh, it
Foggy.
drives me crazy. It's like, is it foggy in here?
Or is it me?
Um, Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the show, cousins. We're so glad to see you here. Listen, before we even get started, do us a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up if you are on YouTube because it makes the difference with the algorithm. Let the people know that we're here and that we matter. But subscribe, and comment because we definitely love to read your passionate comments. Got a lot of comments on the video that we posted that isolated the Oprah Whitney Houston conversation.
Ooh,
We're almost up to 1,000 comments on that.
people
And
have feelings, deep
people had a
feelings.
lot to say, girl. Some
Yeah.
people were like, Oprah shouldn't have done that. Some people were like, well, Whitney was a drug addict. And I was like, okay. Tell us how
Okay.
you really feel.
Oh, by the way,
Well,
don't forget to also hit the little bell thingy so that you can always be notified when we go live. And when the little prompt comes up, make sure you hit all so you teach your little algorithm to always let you know when we're live.
I'm so glad you said that because you know what? We are
What?
doing a very special live this week, right, Camille? I have to think about it this week for our
Yeah.
membership. So, in addition
Thursday.
to hitting the bell and like and subscribe, hit the join button and join one of the tiers of our membership. If you join our membership, we're going to start doing special lives for you on YouTube once a month. And this Thursday will be our first one. So if you hit that notification button and you're a member, I think you'll get that notification. If I am understanding how YouTube works, Joanne, you would know better than me. If you're a
Yes.
member, you definitely get notified when we go live, right?
Correct. You will
Correct.
get notified so that you can be in the know and in the room
Yes.
where it happens.
Well, if you do hit the join button and you join our book babes, then you have an opportunity to be a part of the Read This Read That book club, which is thriving, you guys. We just had Mara Brock-Akil on last week. This is our book read for the month of July, and we are in the month of July. So if you have not purchased that book yet, head to our shop where you can buy that book and other books that we have featured in the past. You can buy them all, and the merch is
Buy them
coming.
all.
The merch is coming. We have got our logo, and the merch is coming. So just stand by. That's going to be in the shop. And if you are a part of our membership, you get a discount.
You get a discount. And we've got Jessica Walker, 5313 saying hi, Soars and Cousins. We have a hello, hello,
Ooh,
hello from my message to you. And we got hey cousins from what's going back so fast. Cayenne Maria, 3516. Thanks for keeping me company while driving. See. Well, safe
ooh, drive
driving. Pay
safely.
attention.
Drive.
Don't be like Jackie. Don't back up on the road.
Listen, I only do that on the shoulder. That's what the shoulder is meant for.
Sure.
Don't get me started with my fantastic driving skills. Okay. So it is the first of the month. It's the first Tuesday of the month. And for those of you who are family, you know that we have a lot of new folks here. But what do we do on the first of the month? We
Sing our song.
our welcome song. That is right. Hit it, Camille. To our podcast.
Welcome to our podcast.
We are family.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to our podcast.
We are family.
Read this, read that.
We are family. And we love you, cousins.
But we will block you.
If you come with that bullshit.
So respect our boundaries.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to our podcast.
We are family.
Welcome to the cookout, everybody. Welcome, cousins, to the family. That
Make sure you learn the lyrics. There will be a quiz at the end of the hour.
Yes, there will be. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As folks have found out, we will block you if you come
Well,
with bullshit.
we
We don't
will.
mind
And it
constructive
has happened. We will
criticism and
block you.
feedback, but baby, if you come with the bullshit, because this is a safe space, we gonna block you now. We gonna block you.
HR reformer, I think this with the 6MR says, I knew the ladies would be on time. Lemon late and rolling late is for the boys. Damn.
Not rolling late. Oh,
Is
that's a
that
new one.
rolling
I
late
love that.
too?
Rolling is late too. Y'all tell us in the chat. Is he late too?
Him too? Damn.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, let's get into the wind down. I'm going to go first because
Please.
yours is very involved. You got visual effects and charts and graphs and all kinds of stuff. A whole introduction. So I'm going to go first because mine is quick. And this has nothing to do with the products that I've been using. I have been dealing with, and if you notice, I've been wearing some headbands and things like that. I am dealing with some hair loss issue, like right up in here and a little bit over here. And it got to the point where, like one day, a couple of weeks ago, it was like a drastic change. Like it's been happening slowly over the years. And I thought it was the braids. I thought it was me pulling my hair back too tight. So I thought it was gel. I thought it was all these things, right? And so, I started going to the hairstylist that specializes in healthy hair. I was like, maybe and I've been using different products. So finally today I went to a trichologist.
What's that?
Girl, a trichologist is someone who is an expert in hair health.
Oh.
It is a medical thing. It is a licensed medical thing. Holler at me if you heard of trichologist. And yes, Miss Shawnee said alopecia. Yes. And Nikki Mark said menopause. Yes. It is. So I had my scalp analyzed. And what they told me was I have something called CCCA. I don't know. I can't say what the actual name for it is. But it is a type of alopecia. And she showed me my scalp is inflamed in this area. And she said the worst thing that I could do for it is put any oil on it whatsoever. Girl, I feel like that hair growth oil is the truth. She said, please stop. So I'm also going to go to a dermatologist. I'm on a mission. Started with the trichologist. And what she said to me was, have you talked to anybody else about this? And I was like, not yet. I'm going to go to a dermatologist. I'm seeing a healthy hair person who does my hair every other week. She said, you would be surprised how many people deal with hair loss and never seek any kind of medical explanation for it. They just feel like it's hormones, it's menopause, it's age, it's hereditary, all those things. She was like, we can not only stop what's happening, but we can reverse it and go back in. Because I said, well, let me at least stop what's happening, because I too thought it was menopause. It's I thought it was all kinds of things.
I was going to say menopause.
Also has some hair loss, right? So I was like, maybe it's hereditary. She said heredity plays a part in it. She said menopause plays a part in it, but she said also it could be, what you're eating, if you're eating a heavy alkaline diet, all these kind of things. And so I told her I was vegan. She said that has nothing to do with it. Thank you very much for those wondering. But this treatment would be a 10-month or 1 year treatment plan where I have to go in and get some micro needling where they put like this serum in my scalp. She said it wouldn't hurt. She said it would feel like a massage. So she said it's not a big needle. It's these micro needles. But they also do blood work and they check my hormone levels, see what nutrients I'm missing and all these things. Like it's a whole process. And I have to go in every other month and get these things. I haven't decided if I'm going to do this yet. I still want to go to the dermatologist. I may talk to another trichologist because, I got to read some reviews, but she showed me some before and after photos. I got to find some on my own because me. But I was like, I felt optimistic. Whereas when I went in there, I was like, well, maybe they can stop, because my scalp, like it had been coming out, but there was some itching going on right in this area and a little bit of tender to touch. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that, but there's a little bit of tenderness to touch. And what happened? I've been doing with that. I've been putting a little bit of like grease,
Right.
on my scalp. She was like, "Stop doing that.
Mm.
Stop doing oil." And she showed me my scalp. She said, "See these bumps? They're like bumps at the root of my follicles. And then there's some that are discolored, that are dark." But she said, "That's inflammation." She said, "But you haven't started scarring yet." She said, "So we can salvage and reverse." And she said, "We can grow it back." So
Wow.
Benita says, "I've had that before."
Oh.
My friend did that treatment for her alopecia and it worked for her. Yeah,
Mm.
girl, as journalist, you're a born skeptic. I'm like, girl, who you plotting on me? You plotting on me, girl? Is there a wizard behind that desk? What's going on? Show me. I was like, well, she was like, I said, I got to read some reviews. And I asked her all the questions. I was like, what if it doesn't work? She was like, it is going to work. She's like, I promise
Ooh.
you. She said, based on what's going on with your scalp, she said, you're at the point where you've caught it early. She said, a lot of
Yeah.
people wait.
Yeah. So their hair
So
is really
I would say
gone.
to a lot of people, that the folks here that are you going to a black dermatologist? Only a black dermatologist. I would never go to a white dermatologist. No shade to them and what they do. Hats off. I need people who understand black skin to deal with my black hair. I
Mm.
can't deal with a white dermatologist or any other ethnicity. You got to be black. Got to be
Okay.
black. Yeah. So I am going to do that. And I'll keep you guys posted. But I'm optimistic. I feel good. So y'all bear with me as I pay tribute to Sheila Jackson Lee and wear the same hair for the next
Wow.
10 months. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
But she didn't say anything about perms because I haven't had my hair permed since like 2018, 2019. I
yeah.
can't remember when I did the big chop. I'm excited to get my blood work and see what is going on, with my body that is contributing to this. She said most of the time it's what's happening inside your body. It's not what you're doing outside, beside the hair
Mm.
oil. She said the
Right.
hair oil just irritates what's happening. It agitates the inflammation.
Right.
She said it feeds the inflammation. So, girl, yeah. So there are a lot of different types of alopecia. I don't know if this is the same one that Jaded Pinkett Smith had. Like there are different levels of alopecia.
No, I
This is
think she
what
had
one mentioned.
traction alopecia.
Yeah,
Some people have
yeah,
the common one is traction alopecia. It's from braids and stuff pulling your hair out.
yeah. Jamie Loons says, I'm biracial. Can I go to a black dermatologist?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think you should because you got some
you
melanin
should.
in you, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably better off going to a black dermatologist because they will at least, treat the black hair follicle. Your hair follicles are probably more on the black side because,
Girl, you'd be surprised. I mean, one time I was on air. This what person wasn't a dermatologist, but they were doing like take home laser treatment. Like they had this
yeah.
device you could buy and you could remove hair, like
Oh,
hair removal. And
yeah.
she was doing it on my hand on TV. And every time she did it on my hand, I was like, ow. And it was a white girl who I know and love. She's a very sweet
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, yeah.
It was burning me and it hurt. And she was like, she thought I was pretending. She's like,
Right.
that's not hurting you. I was like, girl, yes, it is. And she did it again. I was like, girl, that hurts. This live on the air. When I went to
Wow.
my esthetician to get a facial, she said, you know what? Who's black? She said, do you know do you know why that's burning you? She said, because you have to set it for your skin tone. She said, you can't just
Ah.
use it on everybody the same. She said, if you go get laser hair removal, you
Right.
have to
They
make
have to
sure that they
set it for
set it to
black.
your skin tone. And that's
Yes.
why it was burning me. And that's why I go to black people for certain things.
That's fair.
That's just
Mhm.
because they be knowing. Because
They be
that
knowing.
girl had no idea why I was in pain.
She had no idea. She wouldn't even know. No, I look, I when I it was a game changer to switch to a black OBGYN girl. Never looking back. Because I always had
Never.
non-black OBGYNs, never going back again.
Yeah.
Mm-mm, there's no other way. There's certain doctors you need to, like you said, I would to get a facial and to do dermatological stuff. I'm with you. Give me somebody black if
That
I'm gonna get
understands black
facials and stuff.
skin.
Yeah, because our skin is
Yeah.
just different.
Yeah. You
It's
dealing
just
with
different.
keloids and all that kind of. I need somebody who understands all that.
Exactly. Ingrown
Discoloration for us
hairs,
is very different.
discoloration, like all that stuff is not generic. It's very
Yeah.
type specific. So
Yeah, very much so. So that's my wind down, quick into it, and I'll keep y'all posted, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go to a dermatologist, but I'm so excited that she was like, this is treatable.
yeah, that's good.
You
Well,
know,
that's good because
so
look, it can be panicky. You start losing your hair. You start thinking it's going to be a one-way direction. And
that's what I was thinking. I was already
yeah,
like, well, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna wear wigs? Am I
yeah,
gonna get little clip-ins? Like
right.
what's gonna be the path forward with this? I really went into it not thinking that this was going to not only be able to be stopped, but reversed.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Good. Go ahead.
Girl,
Go
when I
ahead.
get my bayang back, I'm gonna have a bayang. Girl, get ready. I'm gonna be like, what? What? You talking to me? Hello, welcome to
Hello.
Reid This. Hello
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
there. All right, girl, what's your wine down? Because I know you got a doozy
You
for
didn't tell
us.
us what you were drinking. Or what
Oh,
you
girl, you
drinking?
know what? I just have water today.
That's smart. All I
After
have is I
going
have.
through that, girl, I'm being very cautious about everything with my. I don't
Oh,
even
that's
want to
fair. Yeah,
sugar.
you like I'm gonna drink another that's gonna change my body chemistry. I'm drinking Fever Tree sparkling Sicilian lemonade. It's really quite good. I love
Ooh,
Fever Tree ginger beer. It's my favorite brand of ginger beer. So
wait, is there
drinking this.
alcohol in
No, it's just lemonade. It's sparkling lemonade.
this?
It's very
Ooh,
good.
that
50
sounds good.
calories. It's bright and zesty. No artificial sweeteners. Because
That
Fever
sounds
Tree is the best
delicious.
brand because it's not full of a lot of stuff. It has a very short ingredient list. That's why I like
We
Fever Tree.
love
If you're
that.
ever making if you're making cocktails and stuff, just use Fever Tree
Yeah. Oh, I love
because
that.
I like seeing a short list of what's in it. I
So
don't
I
want to
just
see a whole lot of stuff.
let me say real quick. Someone asked how my mother's doing after the burn. We
I was
actually
just
went to
gonna
a
ask you for a
burn.
mama for yeah, I was gonna ask you
We
about
went to
that.
a burn clinic yesterday. She is healing up nicely. She has all these like scars, scabs on her leg from where the water burned her that you really couldn't see at first, but now that
Yeah.
it's healing,
Yeah,
you
you're
can see
seeing it.
them like polka dot on her leg and foot. It really is interesting how burns heal, but she's doing
Yeah.
okay. She's not in any pain.
Good.
So far so good. They want us to come back one more time after that, but they're very optimistic about her prognosis.
Yeah,
So
I hope her she got a good lawyer. Go ahead and take that little restaurant to the cleaners. Burning mom.
listen, y'all burn my mama.
Got to
No, but
pay.
she's okay. She's
Good.
okay.
Good. I was just gonna
Yes.
ask. So the chat got to it before I did. Well, good. We're glad to
Yes.
hear about that. All right. So for my wind down, I need to play the promo that we posted last week after our show. Camille, if you have that promo, if you could please play it.
Girl, you gonna be in them streets. You gonna be in them streets because this one cannot. If FOMO was a person, it is Joy Henry. Joy can't miss nothing. Let me tell y'all
Yeah.
what's going on. Come in, lean in.
Mhm.
This weekend, when she goes to Essence, she gonna do the same motherfucking thing.
No, I'm not.
Mark my word. Write it down.
I ain't doing none of that. No, I'll be in my hotel sleep.
No, you won't. You know why?
Why?
Because this is you and this is peer pressure. Yeah, he could be killing her, and she don't have no other shoes. But it's Tyler Perry, Don Lemon, Cameron Hall, Gail King, and what's one other person? Jasmine Crockett. We're like, oh, and it's 4 a.m. and they're like, we're going to an after party, and she got an 8 o'clock flight. This girl right gonna be like, what's that video with the lady walking, like walking.
I don't.
Oh, we have to give Lauren her props for that edit. That edit
Lauren
is
has to get props. Props
amazing.
to Lauren for that clip. First of all, Don Lemon, Gail King, Tyler Perry, they weren't even at Essence. Okay, so start with you were wrong about that. Jasmine Crockett was there. And now if you could please play. So I did go to Essence, y'all. And first I went to do what I was actually there for. Camille, if you could please play the on stage, very short of the on stage clip. We're not gonna play the whole thing. Oh no, not that one, not that one, not that one. Oop, 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 oop,
See,
oop,
in the
not that one. You
street.
can stop. You can stop.
Oh, wait,
Ah,
that's the
stop
wrong
it.
video.
It was the one I emailed you. Oh, I don't. Okay, well, you may not have it. Do you have the the ones I just emailed you, Camille?
No, I just saw that first one.
Oh, you didn't see what I emailed you?
That's what you emailed me.
Oh, I emailed you something else. Okay, well, I did my on stage 2-part podcast with Essence and the
Tiffany?
Global Black Economic Forum. And then, and maybe we'll just let Lauren put it into the promo when we edit it. I might have gone out after we finished with the event with my podcast, possibly, but it was not with any of those people that you showed. Okay, I might have gone to see the Cardi B show, maybe, but it was with Nicole Hannah Jones. Okay, so it was none of the people that you said, so you were wrong.
Oh, so you were
But
out.
we might have gone out, and then after the concert, it's possible that we and our friend Val might have gone to the chairman's after party at the Four Seasons, and it's possible that I got home at 3 a.m. That's just a possibility.
And what time was your flight in the morning? What time did you have to be up in the morning?
So here's what had happened. The next morning, we had to get up. This was Friday night. So I did Friday. It was a whole thing, y'all. Y'all notice if you watch the Joy Reid show, you notice we did not have the content posted the way we're supposed to because we had some mishaps with getting the footage, which we are resolving now, and we will post it on that other channel, on the Joy Reid show channel another time. And that didn't happen, but we're leaving that as it may. So we got through a very hectic day of trying to get this footage on the air to stream it live Friday night. That did not happen for various reasons, which Jackie, you and I have spoken about on the phone, which we don't need to get into. It just didn't happen. We had a miscommunication issue problem situation. So we ended up doing a live show, which we had to cobble together at the last minute. Big ups to Jason, to Winsome, to the team, to Nitha, to all the team, everybody who was jumping in. I mean, Angela Rye jumped in, people jumped in to help us, and everybody who came on, got the show done, exhausted. But then I said, you know what? Let me just go and hang out for a little while. So I went and hung out with Tiffany and some other folks who went to Baldwin and Company, which is a bookshop that also has like a little kind of club. And then we went from there, perhaps with me and Nicole went to the concert. We kind of stayed out, went to the after party, had to wake up the next morning to be in, to be ready to get in. So I had to get up at 7:30 because I had a breakfast that I thought was going to start at 8:30, but the breakfast started at 9. Winsome and I had breakfast with some folks that we really wanted to meet up with in town. And then we had to be to the podcast for Charles Blow at 10. So we went and did that. And then I was supposed to go to the airport and go home. But then you know what kicked in? My FOMO. I was like, once we went to the chairman's party, we got invites to all the other concerts. And listen, when I tell you, let me tell you what the concerts were that were happening in New Orleans. Brandy and Monica, Patti LaBelle, Missy Elliott, Chuck D and Public Enemy, like all my favorites. And I'm like, I can't leave. So I start trying to cobble together a way to stay and still make it back and see if I could get like the first thing smoking Monday morning. And I'm like, can I stay and go to these concerts? Because now I have serious FOMO. And then all of a sudden at the Charles Blow interview, I start getting invites to go to this person's thing and that person's thing. And then all of a sudden the FOMO's kicking in even more. And I'm like, I can't leave. Oh yeah, Babyface was also there. I was like, I gotta see these shows. Winsome is like, Mom, we just need to go home. She's my daughter and my sister. And I'm like, she's like, we just gotta.
Your daughter and your conscience.
And she was being the adult.
Yes.
And I came so close to because the other thing I wanted to do was to go back and get footage of the Great American State Fair because, it's like I've been covering it, but I'm like, I need to get my own footage. So my plan was to get back Sunday. So we had to fly back to New York to get on a train back to DC on Sunday so that I could cover the State Fair. But I was like, I'll blow it all up. And I'm trying to figure out how I can find a way. Yes, ma'am.
Why'd you have to fly back to New York?
because we had left from New York and we just took a few things and left all our luggage in New York in our
But you know,
apartment.
I was gonna say, I know Essence could afford to fly you to a different
We could have gone somewhere else, but we had all our stuff. We had to go
All
back to
right.
New York because we had to make a pivot because that's where our stuff was. And there was a way we could have just left the stuff in New York and just flown straight. That's what I was trying to plot to do. I was like, I'll just leave the stuff in New York, do everything, go to all the things, stay up all night, maybe don't even go to sleep Sunday night, get on the first thing smoking, and be back Monday morning. None of that started working out because the last text I got from Sean, my assistant, was, she's like, yeah, that's fine if you want to fight Jackie Reid if you miss Monday morning. And I thought to myself, do I want to fight Jackie Reid? Nope. So we came on
No, you don't.
so we came on back, and I was so depressed. I was in the airport, so it's just sad because I was like, I'm missing all the fun. All the fun is happening, and I'm not there. So I was so sad all weekend, full of FOMO. But then I got back to DC on Sunday. We took the train, and then came the odyssey to try to get this footage. So I'm like, I'm gonna get at least one thing done. I didn't get to go to the shows, but I'm gonna get this footage. Here's my story of getting this footage. Okay, now you can roll the footage, Camille. So this is the footage that I got from the Great American State Fair. You can see there's almost no people there. This is Sunday afternoon. That was a guy doing a hoedown. It was so sad. The poor little thing was trying to do a hoedown. It was like, ain't one no hoes did a hoedown with him. It was one lady with her baby, and she was just trying to get shade under the thing. This was the play. It was not crowded. There were not a lot of people. But baby, let me tell you something. DC is a construction site surrounded by high fences and barriers. And I walked all the way from the reflecting pool, which is absolutely pea green and looks like soup. It looks like a nasty pea soup. I walked all the way from there with my little hat and sunglasses and, trying to be in a disguise. So I was hot as hell. Walked all the way down past the entire gated in reflected pool to get all the way to the entrance to the state fair. And they told me I couldn't come in because I had a bag. What I had to do was, we got home, we tried to go swing by it, but my phone died. So I didn't have the directions to get exactly where it was. And the Uber driver didn't know. So we had to drive all the way home, drop my bags off. I went back in the Uber, went all the way back down to DC with this Uber driver. Then I walked all the way to try to get in. They told me I couldn't get in because I didn't have a bag. I had to get in another Uber, go to a local hotel, to a Marriott. Favor ain't fair. They were not going to let me leave my bag by the concierge, but the guy recognized me and he said, you can leave your bag. So I leave my bag, get back in Uber, go back to the fair without my bag. And then I walk through, and this was my reward. Basically, an half empty state fair. That long line was Florida. And I got the footage. So in the end, Jackie Reid, my wind down is, I missed all the fun in New Orleans. Didn't get to see all but one concert. I did get to see Cardi B. Didn't see none of the other shows, but I got my footage of the Great American State Fair. I was on time for our editorial board meeting on Monday, and I'm right here with you today.
And I love it. Yes. Yes.
So you were wrong. I didn't do all the things. I tried, though.
You tried. It just didn't work out in your favor. And I was right here. I was right here on your shoulder, like, girl, don't do it. Don't try it.
But wait, can I just tell you, I was at the fair. Luckily these were all right wingers. Just ain't nobody knew who I was. So I could walk around. I could have took my hat off, and it probably wouldn't have mattered.
Girl, they know you.
But I gotta tell you something. It was the saddest thing I think I've ever seen. As a kid, my mom used to take us to like state fairs, and anytime there was like a Renaissance festival, we always would go to the Renaissance festival. It was always packed. We would go to like little festivals, even in like small parts of Colorado, they were always packed. Baby, there wasn't nobody. This was a Sunday afternoon. It was not even that hot. Honey, it was sad. There were people walking around. There was one white couple who was walking around. They had on all their American flag clothes. And the guy said, there's really just not even anything to see. And he sounded so heartbroken. There was another family, white family, that had this kid, and they were telling the kid that the reflecting pool, they couldn't go near it. And there was a fence around it that said there were bombs. It said bombs active, do not enter. Basically, you'll be shot and killed if you try to come through this fence. And they're on the other side of the fence looking through it. And the guy said, yeah, because a bad man jumped into the water and cut a 350-foot gash in the pool. This man, grown man, was telling his children that. I'm like, y'all believe anything. They believe the propaganda.
Yeah.
The Ferris wheel was sad. The Ferris wheel was working, Jamie. It was working that day, but it was no line for the Ferris wheel. You think the people with kids, there'd be a line for the Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
Nope. It was just a pathetic, sad. I mean, most of the exhibits, all of the structures you saw there were just painted on. The depth of them was painted on. It was not real structures. It was just painted to look like it had depth. The Arc de Triomphe that Trump made, you could see that the outside was stapled on, honey. You could see the staples. You could see them.
He MacGyvered that.
It was the saddest. I think it might have been the saddest fair I've ever seen. And there was hardly nobody there. It was so sad.
I'm glad you went so we could see it up close, because I've seen bits and pieces on TV and I'm like, well, maybe they're not showing the whole thing. I mean, is it this empty? And I mean, I'm so glad that you were there to say, yes, it was. I'm like,
and I'm talking about maybe Saturday was more. And I got a little intel, which I'll share with you guys if you read my Substack at joyandreid.com. I actually, through a great source, obtained the list of who was supposed to perform Saturday night. That's the night they did the fireworks that looked like the end of the world. And when all the MAGAs had to go hide in the Black Museum, in the National Museum of African American History and Culture, the Blacksonian. And we were horrified thinking that it was like the Sinners, the scene in Sinners where the vampires came in. So we were like, please don't touch nothing and don't steal nothing for the love of God. So one of the performers that night was supposed to be CeeLo Green.
No surprise there.
And he was going to perform wearing a full getup of James Brown. And he was all costumed out for it. And it's on his social media. I asked for confirmation. He has not responded to my request for comment, but he's on his social media. You can see he's doing all this James Brown send up. That's what he was going to do. And I don't know if he was going to do it as a joke, as a protest. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but this was going to be crazy. It was Kiss, Jim Caviezel. There was like a handful of people that you could say are like B-list actors, but they didn't have nobody. They didn't have no good stars. It would have been pathetic if it had happened. Sad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, so many stars and celebrities have been disappointing us with either their direct involvement and connection to MAGA, or their silence about what's happening in this country and just going along to get along and make their money and just keeping quiet about it. It's disappointing. It is what it is. Live your life. But
I did my journalistic duty, even though I didn't do my FOMO.
You did. Did you see the video of I don't know if hang gliding is the right way to describe it, of the guy at the fair who ended up colliding with a tent?
Yes.
Like it was like one horrific situation after the other.
Yeah. And I'm about to cut together my reel of it. That was my sped up reel. The saddest part of it, girl, is the hoedown. The hoedown, actually, I was trying not to laugh.
Hoedown?
The man, you see the man with the fiddle in my little video?
Oh, yeah.
Baby, he was trying to get the crowd hyped to do a hoedown. He had his little fiddle, and he's talking about his grandfather's fiddle. And first of all, he started talking about how his family settled this land, and they still have the family land. I'm thinking, you little colonizer ass. And he's talking about how his family settled the land and prospected the land and shit. And then he talked about how his grandfather had this fiddle. So he takes out the fiddle and he starts playing it. And he's like, come on, everybody. It's going to be ladies' choice for this here hoedown. And it was one lady, and there was like a little teeny tent that had some shade. So there were about maybe 4 families huddled under the tent with their kids, because it was the only shade. And so that was the only reason they were there. And there was one person, she was bopping, but at first I thought she was dancing to it. But when I got closer, I realized she was bouncing the baby. So nobody was dancing. And then he was trying to get them hype, and they were just looking at him like, why? Why are you fiddling? Who do you think you're entertaining with this shit?
We appreciate your contribution, Joy and Reid. But I would say, out of all the things, like that made enough news, because it was just day after day of tragedy. But there was these photos of this white supremacist organization, Patriot Front, and they were on the train, public transportation, heading to wherever they were going to march. It was like 400 of them. And they were on the subway, and there was this Black woman sitting on the subway. I don't know if we have that photograph, Camille. I think we do. That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
There it is. You just popped up for a second. Yeah, that was it. There we go.
So there's this Black woman. I mean, wow, what a photograph. And so Patriot Front is a newer white supremacist organization that really organized after the Charlottesville horrific accident. No, I don't want to say accident. Horrific murder of Heather Heyer. If I'm saying her name right, but that's when this organization started, and one of their main positions is that of denaturalization. So they want everybody gone except for white people out of this country. And wouldn't you know it, that the Trump administration has been sprinkling that, the Republican Party, not even sprinkling, like they've really been ramping that up.
It's their official policy.
Right. Getting rid of U.S. American citizens, reversing, right, their citizenship. Like this organization is all about that.
And by the way, just to correct the chat, it was not a Getty photographer. It was a Reuters photographer. His name is Cheney Orr. He's a freelance photographer out of Denver, Colorado. And Cheney Orr, remember his name because he is going to get a Pulitzer. This is the photo of the year. I had argued originally that the photo of the year was Congressman Al Green shaking his cane at the at last year. The photo of last year was last year when he shook his cane at the State of the Union address. And I think last year, that was the photo of last year. It showed his sort of lonely resistance. So if that was the photo of last year, this is the photo of the year so far. I don't know what beats this. It's absolutely Pulitzer worthy. There was a lot of about 400 of these goons showed up in their masks. I hope a bunch of them got heat stroke, to be honest with you, because they were definitely too hot. It was too hot to be wearing all that shit. And he got on the train with them, and it was just basically a handful of journalists got on the train with them. And this young sister was on the train. And I love the fact that she was like, I'm not moving. First of all, I'm not moving off this train. And second of all, I'm not moving over so one of y'all motherfuckers can sit next to me. That's what she sat in the seat so that there was no way one of them was going to be able to sit next to her, whether they wanted to or not. She was like, you can't sit here. I love it. I mean,
yeah. Whew. I mean, it had to be a terrifying moment for her, though. I would be terrified because it seems like those type of people can just get away with anything, right? Yes. Thank God there were journalists on that train. Can you imagine if she were there all alone with them?
She would have been harassed. I mean, the fact that journalists were taking photos of them is probably the only reason that they didn't try to verbally harass her, because these people are the same people who did Charlottesville. It's just they broke off from that group, the Unite the Right group. So Unite the Right brought together a bunch of different right-wing, paramilitary, and also fascist and racist white supremacist groups, brought them all together and united them. And what is the guy who was Stephen Miller's
fight? They had like some infighting within white supremacy. It's like, you're not white enough. Yes, I am.
Right. I mean, look, there were some issues with the Proud Boys because Enrique Tarrio, the Afro-Cuban, was their leader, and a lot of people felt like he's not white, he shouldn't be the leader. But and Richard Spencer, who is he's a young David Duke type who organized Unite the Right. He led the main group, and this guy, who's a Texas guy named Rousseau, broke off and formed his own group. First of all, bitch, your name Rousseau. Go back to France.
What's interesting to me, though, is the fact that they have their faces covered. Here's my theory on that. I have no research on this, but I'd love to know your thoughts on this, Joyanne, and you all also, cousins. I think that their faces are covered, not because they live in a cabin in the woods with a "Don't Tread on Me" sign and, guns. Not that there are these extreme right-wing people that you would cross the street if you saw them coming up with their Nazi tattoos and all of that. No.
Yeah.
These people are among us, right? They're the bank tellers. They're teachers in our children's schools. They're, on the city council,
right,
commission. They're, there are people that are right next to us. They're doctors, they're lawyers, right? Yeah, they that's why, like, you go to a doctor, your doctor could be there.
Could be
If it's a
them.
white man, could be it. They are among us, and that's why their
Yes.
faces are covered, because
Yes.
they want to continue to live their lives as if they
Yes.
are not racist pieces of shit. They
Yes.
want to just blend in, and so they have to cover their faces because they have to hide. But I'm
That's right.
telling you, these people are right next to us on a regular basis.
And then people assume that these are like trailer park poor.
Yes.
No, these
No.
are genuinely, because remember, David Duke is the one who's told the Klan back in the 80s, we have to take off the hoods and put on khakis. He specifically said, put on khakis. And so what do these white supremacists generally wear? Khakis. It's part of their uniform. And so when the Unite the Right people were marching and saying Jews will not replace us and you will not replace us, they were wearing khakis and they were dressed like middle-class men because they were mostly middle-class college students and slightly older than college. These are young, affluent, suburban white men who, as Jackie said, are going to turn up behind the teller window at your bank. They're the one who you're going to be going to for a loan. They're the one who you're going to be going to for your VA benefits, who you're going to be going to at the Social Security office, because trust and believe, they have Doge got rid of a lot of Black women out of federal jobs. Guess what? Doge has disbanded itself and the federal government is hiring again. The Office of Personnel Management put out a call for reinstatement, saying people could be reinstated. If you think the Black women are going to get reinstated, you haven't been paying attention. They're going to it's going to be the great replacement. They're going to replace a lot of those Black women into civil service jobs with civil service protections. And next thing you know, the people at NIH who are going to be deciding who can be in a clinical trial, the people who are going to be at the FDA deciding whether drugs that, primarily harm Black people should be approved. They just approved, the federal government, a new form of pesticide, Miss Jackie Reid, who's a vegan, that is going to be used on our vegetables. And the companies who produce our vegetables and our food do not have to tell us. There are 2 new pesticides. So those of us that gone trying to go vegetarian, that may not even be healthy enough in America, because God forbid those pesticides are going to be on our vegetables and our fruit. Who's approving that? Probably some people who align with that ideology, or maybe even
That's why you have to seek out small independent farmers, right? Black farmers especially, so you get it to where y'all, I'm telling you, listen, this is about survival. You really
Yes.
got to start leaning into things like farmers markets. Find out, like, get out of the grocery stores as much as you can. Go to these farmers markets. But yeah, these people are among
They're
us.
everywhere. They're your dentist.
You call
They're
911.
sticking you with a
It's the
needle.
police officer. Exactly. It's your OBGYN if you go to a
Yup.
white male, possibly.
Correct.
It's like, we don't know. And so we have to be especially aware of who we're giving our business to, who we're talking to. I mean, but how do you know? How do
And
you even
it's your
know?
pharmacist. Think
If
about it.
it's a teacher at your kid's school that
Right.
doesn't
And it could be
post on
them.
social media, and it can
Correct.
impact your child's grade,
Yeah.
right? How would you know?
How would you know? And they're telling them to stop posting on social media. They cover their faces. And I promise you, some of these are school principals, they are
Yeah.
professors, they're teachers, they're guidance counselors. They're sitting in front of your Black child and saying whether your Black child should apply to Harvard or don't, whether they should go to junior college or college. The same person that's walking in the back. But that's how it always was. The Klan leaders were governors, mayors, sheriffs, bank managers. The Klan were very openly operating in the 1920s, and we're reliving the 20s when the Klan
Well,
is
because
operating secretly yet openly.
Trump is making it not something that people like. The fact that all these people are marching in this way, like, there was a lull in it. It was happening in the shadows, the white
Right.
supremacy, right? It was happening in the shadows. Now that Trump is back in the White House, because it happened a little bit during his first term, now that he's back, they are louder, bolder than ever. And we really have to pay attention to how we are moving. Like we say it all the time on the show. City council meetings, county commission meetings, PTA, we need to be at these meetings because there's policy and things being snuck through that
Yeah.
we're not paying attention to. We
Mhm.
need to really be more engaged in a bigger way in what's going on locally in our governments.
HR, I think this is reformer. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Trust that these men are married to women who feel the same way. It
Yes.
says do not discount white women, because yes, these men, the men are out there, the wives are your teacher. They your nurse sticking you with the needle. You're going in the
Girl.
hospital. You don't know if they're one of them
Remember that
that's
white
sticking your
nurse that
ass with
was
a
hurting
needle.
black babies?
Come on. They
That
taking your
black
baby out to
newborn?
the incubator. They are deciding whether your baby lives or dies, whether you live or die. These same people are putting you under as an anesthesiologist. I'm telling you, these people are insidious and they're everywhere. And the
Mhm.
reality is that mask was meant to convey that. Part of what the Klan was trying to create is they were supposed to look like a ghost. And part of what they were trying to recreate was this sort of ghostly image that they could be anywhere and anyone. And the anonymity is, people say the anonymity is fear. Yeah, it's fear of they don't want to be outed. They don't want you to know who they are. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to be canceled. But it's also to make you feel like they could be anybody.
Yeah.
And if some people are like, oh, we need to make our own co-ops, make our own communities. Good luck. Because in the 1920s, you know what they did when we made our own communities? They burned them down. And these people believe that they have the right to burn our communities to the ground because they lie and claim Black Lives Matter were burning communities. So let's say we go and we make ourselves our own little co-op, our own little community. Watch those people bring the matches and the gasoline and burn it to the fucking ground. Because their
Absolutely.
whole thing is they don't want us to be separate and thriving. They want us to be gone,
That's
dead
why
or
Doge
deported.
came in and wiped out so many people that were, really helping to continue the Black middle class that was built in
Correct.
DC off of government
Correct.
jobs.
That's
This
right.
is part of their plan.
Correct.
It is all part of a plan. But I want to transition because I want to make sure we have time to talk about this before our guest joins us today. We have a great guest, you guys. So Nolan Xavier Wells, because this ties into the story with white supremacy, possibly. So Nolan Xavier Wells is the 18-year-old young man. I think we have his photo. Who was found dead in Mississippi on Monday. He went missing on Saturday, on July 4th. He went out on a boat trip to Horn Island in Mississippi with a group of friends. He was the only Black person with his friends. And from what I've seen of the video, but I haven't seen everything, I think he was the only Black person there, it seemed like.
There.
On that island, there were other boats. It looks like it was something that happens every year. The trip there and on that island, there's no cell service. Well, Saturday night, his mother called the sheriff's department to say her son had not come home. It had not come home, 18 years old. Now, the sheriff is saying what we've heard. He didn't say he talked to any of these other kids who reportedly have all lawyered up. All these white kids that were with him have all lawyered up. The sheriff is saying, or a law enforcement official is saying that that Nolan asked to stay behind, but the kids who came back to shore had his cell phone. They had his cell phone, which is crazy. So then they continue searching and searching. As I said, they found the body on Monday. And I don't know. People are saying that this is why we have to be careful when we are the solo Black person in a group of white people that are doing certain activities. And I would say boating and going to an island full of white people is one of them. Did these young men do anything that led to this young man's death? We don't know. No one is saying that, but there are a lot of suspicious things tied to that. His body was found. We still don't know the cause of death. I'm interested to see. I read somewhere that authorities are thinking it may have been a drowning. But I don't know. I don't know. And his parent, there's a GoFundMe set up in his name. If you guys want to give to that, it's legitimate, set up by the family. We'll link it after when we post the video after this. But the mother has just said that the family needs privacy at this time. And she, of course, is heartbroken. 18 years old,
and
so
all the
life ahead of him and just gone.
And she was posting on Blue Sky saying, when she was looking for him and all these like hopeful posts trying to find her baby. And it's just, it's every mother's nightmare. I mean, and it does, to me, to be honest, remind me a bit of the Carmelo Anthony situation where it was this one Black boy who goes into the tent with white, teenagers, and a confrontation happens and depending on which side you believe, he was either jumped by a bunch of white kids and defended himself, or for whatever reason stabbed this white boy and killed him. But it's like all these situations where we are interacting in an integrated way, it does put that fear from the past into your spirit, even if we don't know what happened. But it's something about seeing that picture of him all alone out there with just no other black kids, it's just something about it really it terrified me.
Who leaves their friend? Lauren Fluker said in the comment, who leaves their friend behind? And who decides to, girl, I can't go to the grocery, I can't go to the bathroom without my phone. I'm going everywhere I go, I got my phone. And if my friends are leaving me,
why would they take my phone?
Where's my phone? And if I don't have it, then I'm not staying without a way to communicate. I'm not doing it. I don't care what's going on that island. I don't care. I'm leaving. And why would your friends leave you?
Why would they leave him?
Why would they leave him? They say he wanted to stay?
I don't believe it.
So I've said they all lawyered up, and their report, somebody said in the chat, I haven't confirmed this, but I've read some things, a lot of stuff going on about this, that all of the boys, or at least some of them, have suspended their social media accounts. Well, one of the parents of one of the boys is a local judge. So this
who told them to delete your social media.
Girl, they all got
look, somebody's saying
you were the cause of death, but can you even go? This goes back to what we were talking about before with these white supremacists. If the coroner is a white supremacist,
right, we don't know, right?
Examiner is a white supremacist, and we don't know how's that going to go.
We don't know. I mean, I think about the judge, and there was no black person literally involved in this, but the kid from who went to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and shot those 2 white Black Lives Matter guys. What's the kid's name?
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse. The judge in that case was treating him like it was his son. The judge was clearly so empathetic toward Kyle Rittenhouse, and not toward the 2 white Black Lives Matter. And you think you wonder what his social media looks like, or what he talks about behind the scenes, or what his mentality was. Or I think about the judge in the Carmelo Anthony case, who's out giving interviews. Why are you giving interviews? Judges don't give interviews. Talking about he thinks the jury did the right thing, which is now going to be an issue in the appeal. And it's like, what is his ideology like? Did he see Carmelo Anthony like he was his son, or only the young white man? And so it's like, we live in a country where we got a lot of MAGA. And to me, MAGA equals racist, period. If that is your ideology, I just start from the base that you're probably racist. Because your ideology aligns with Donald Trump refused to condemn the Charlottesville rioters. He said there were good people, fine people among them. These people today, the Interior Secretary refused to condemn these marchers who, by the way, the Patriot Front openly marched with Ron DeSantis signs during that election. He said nothing. They have openly marched in Tennessee. The right wing, I would argue, racist leaders of the state government have said nothing about them. They've been marching all over Red America, and there's been not one word of condemnation. In fact, people are being identified. People are basically justifying their presence. Mike Lee, the senator from Utah, tried to lie and say, well, they must be Antifa because real patriots don't wear masks. Excuse me, sir, ICE wear masks. Right. And they go around kidnapping brown and black people. So it's like, you have to really question how many people among us, as you said, are MAGA, and who are they and where are they?
I mean, we really need to circle our wagons here, particularly if we are asking our children, because we think it's a better opportunity for them to attend these all white schools where they're surrounded by white, their friends are all white. And not to say that these kids are evil, but it puts them in an too many times, an uncomfortable position where, in addition to trying to learn in the best environment, they feel like an outsider, right? At the very least, there are times when they feel like an outsider. I mean, I went through that, going to school as, elementary school. I was so happy to get to high school. And I was like, oh, these Black people, I love this.
Right.
Then, you know, to go to an HBCU, it was amazing. I mean, we really have to be careful about that. But I also want to talk about Laken Riley, right? The 22-year-old nursing student who was killed in Athens, Georgia by an undocumented immigrant, according to authorities. You know, I don't trust anything they're saying by an immigrant. You know, let's see what happens with Nolan Wells. If this was indeed, you know, suspicious circumstances, let's see if they ring the bell and hold him out as an example.
They won't. They won't.
They act like undocumented immigrants, and immigrants are the only people who commit crimes.
Yeah, they actually commit crimes at a lower rate than Americans.
At a way lower rate.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about it is we're in a season where we've had multiple situations that sure as hell look like lynchings. There's just been a lot of them for the last 10 years. And it's like, whether it's people finding them, you know, being found hung, various places in the South, especially Mississippi and Louisiana, we're seeing these increase in what really does feel like a replay of the 1920s. And it's so almost spot on that whenever I hear about a Black man found hanging, I immediately think it's a lynching. I just go there because this is what, and white supremacy does this while claiming it is Black people that are violent. They're constantly claiming it's Black people that are violent, but the history of the United States is continual, unending, unrepentant violence against Black people. That is the history. And they can pick and choose whatever they want and try to pretend to. It's just the facts are the facts. Black people have absorbed more violence from white people than white people have ever absorbed from Black people. There's just no comparison in the amount of violence that's gone from white to Black versus Black to white. It's not even close. And Black people had good reason to Nat Turner every one of them motherfuckers that was enslaving them, and they didn't. They could have burned every plantation and killed every man, woman, and child had they gotten the weapons to do so. But they didn't. They got the guns to fight the Civil War, and they didn't turn around and go massacre every person that enslaved them. They could have. They would have actually been justified from a Kill Bill standpoint. They didn't. And so the idea that Black people are the ones who are violent, every time a Black man even looked at a white woman, they would string him up. If the little Black boy in Florida.
The most violent people on this planet throughout history are white men, period. There's no comparison.
Between white the wars.
Yes.
No, not just American, Europeans. I mean, you're talking about World War I, World War II, the French Indian. I mean, you keep war, constant war.
You're talking about American soil, massacres. White men.
It's not even close. It's not even close.
It's not even close. It's no contest.
It's not even between the massacre of almost all the indigenous, the killing of, 10 million people in bondage. They were eating us. They were skinning us and making bags and chairs.
But with these facts, right? This is not just things we're throwing out there. These are researchable facts that we're talking about. Why is it that we cannot win the narrative on what needs to happen in this country? How is MAGA dominating and pulling in so many people with these lies that they tell?
Because they're comforting.
It's on our side.
Because the lies are comforting, and people are saying, don't leave the women out. Because the women that's why I say, to believe all women. Okay, Emmett Till. Okay. Don't believe them all. Don't believe them all. And the reality is you got to be very discerning. And the reality is a lot of these white women would have, relations with Black men and then set the man up to be lynched if they refused. I mean, there's a lot of the history of the United States is so violent and so horrible that I think for a lot of white Americans, it's not, they can't accept it. It's hard to accept when if you really meditate on how violent the history of this country is. I think it would make you sick to your stomach. And I think people just can't accept it. It's better to believe, it's easier to believe that the Blacks had it coming, that the Indians had it coming, that the Indians were the ones scalping whites rather than the other way around. It's just easier.
So many lies that we have been fed, from Columbus sailing the ocean blue and discovering America to what Thanksgiving is all about, that the Native Americans were all happy and down with everything.
The Blacks singing in the field.
To now what they're trying to push, that slavery was not so bad.
It was a jobs program.
We learned skills.
Jen Pollock. Do you see this Jen Pollock 148? The most dangerous place in the world is in a white man's imagination. Damn.
Ooh, amen to that. Well, listen, we have a great guest for today. let me give her the proper introduction because Joanne and I both know her really well. We go way back. Some people spend their careers telling other people's stories. Our next guest decided to rewrite her own. I love that. Mara Porter is a four-time Award-winning journalist, broadcast entrepreneur, and now one of the most innovative voices in the beauty industry. After years in TV news, she transformed a personal passion into a thriving business, proving that reinvention is possible and powerful. Please welcome Mara Porter as we talk about all the amazing things she has going on with her beauty brands with an S on the end, including the eye wig.
The eye
Including
wig.
the eye wig.
Yes, the eye wig. She's on. What do you think? She's on now. I have
She
one of our
pretty.
most
She's real
popular
pretty.
styles.
I'm
Yes, she is here.
obsessed.
So
Going
let me.
nuts.
This is what I've been doing. It's become like my party trick. So I just take it off for people because they're like, I can't even see what you're talking about. So it's an all-in-one
Oh, I love
eyeshadow
it.
and lash sticker. So you can do
Oh,
your whole eye makeup in literally in seconds. It takes me 3 minutes, and that includes mascara on the lower lid.
And that gives
That
you the lash
includes
too.
it's the lash and the
what
shadow.
if you
It's
what if
all
you
in
have
one.
what if you have a heavy eyelid? Like if naturally you have like that
Mhm.
hooded eye heavy, does it work for that?
Yes, it actually works great for that. So what you have to do is you have to place it a little bit higher. And this is a trick that, people use with eyelid tape. I don't know if you've ever seen eyelid tape, but
Yeah.
it's the same placement. So with eyelid tape, people who have a hooded eye and are looking for a crease, you will place the tape slightly above the hood and it leaves a little bit of gap. You just fill that in with eyeliner and it creates the illusion of a crease. It gives you a crease.
I love this. I would like tell us about the concept and the steps to make this a reality because I know you didn't just because you are good at MacGyvering, girl. I see you
Very
with
good.
things that you will turn around. She'll take a cheap wig and make it look like you paid $5,000 for it.
Right.
It's amazing. But
Yeah.
talk to us about the eye wig and how that actually came to be what it is right now.
Well, first, it's so good to be here with you guys. I love you both dearly. We go way, way back, so it's great to be here. Can I be an honorary cousin for the day? I feel
Of
like
course, girl, not for the day. You
Forever.
cousin, please. Not for
Forever.
the day.
It's
For
lunch.
so it's really, really fun to be here. I love to see the way all of our careers have kind of grown and evolved. So as that relates to me, I had because of television and Joy, we used to see each other in the gym at NBC.
In the gym. Yes.
And what I would do is I would take off all of my makeup except for my eye makeup. So that was my trick. So I would be in the gym with the full eyelash and full eye makeup because the eye takes the longest. So I'm like, if I
Yes.
take this off and put it back on, I'm not going to have time to work out. And so the bane of my existence working in television was eye makeup. And I'm someone who loves makeup. And so for me, it was a pain of the lashes, the glue, the shadow, the liner. And I used to always think to myself, I wish I had a wig for my eyes because my hair was so easy. You take it off, you put it back on, you're done. And so last year, I woke up 2 days before Juneteenth, June 17th, and I was like, I wonder if I can make this eye wig with a Band-Aid. And I've had this idea in my head for 15 years. I go in the medicine cabinet. I find we have one Band-Aid left because I got kids, so they go through Band-Aids like crazy. And I made it and it worked perfectly. And this voice inside me said, sell it. You should sell it. And so I posted a payment link with the video. I posted the video on June 19th intentionally because I wanted the, support of the ancestors. And it just took off. It sold out. It sold out in an hour and we had 6,000 people on the wait list in 2 days.
What's
That's
the material? What is
crazy.
it? Because I've never held it. Is
Yeah.
that like a silicone?
I
Is it,
well, I can't tell you what it is because that's our secret sauce. It's like you're asking for the recipe for Coke, but I can show you close up. So here's this is a pair that I'm not
what
wearing.
does it feel like?
Yeah, so it's a medical grade skin safe adhesive. So what it's gonna feel like is kind of like not plastic because it's very, very flexible. But I think that's probably maybe like a kind of rubbery, loose plastic. Not like a tape because it's not that sharp. It's made for skin, so it has a skin feel and it's very pliable and you don't feel it at all. Once you have it on, I mean, you might feel it for the first 2 or 3 minutes, but then you literally don't feel it because the material is made for skin. This is the first application ever for cosmetics. So
Wow.
I went to a medical manufacturer and said, can you make me a decorative version of this for your eyelid? And they thought it was a little crazy.
So let me ask you this question, Mara, and I got to see it up close because listen, I ran into this sister at an event and she told me, no, that you just literally were like, I don't have, this is not lashes, this is the eye wig, and you started to peel it off, and I was like, shut the front door. This cannot be real.
Right.
Is it, so are they tinted different colors? Do you like buy, like, I want a smoky eye? Can you buy a smoky eye one? Can you buy them in different like intensities of the
Yes.
color?
Yes, so we have different designs. So you know what, I wish I would have had more designs prepared to show you guys. So right now, so this is like a sharp black wing, which if you've ever tried to do a sharp black wing, you know how hard it is to
Tough.
get that line straight and
So
to get
hard.
that even. It always makes you late for dinner. So we have this one, this is Icon. The one I'm wearing is my favorite. It's Dolce. So this is a smoky brown. And the
Oh.
background is transparent, so it works for all skin tones. Then we have a
Oh.
smoky black, which is this same design but in black. And then we have Hazel's Halo. So Hazel's Halo is my tribute to my mom. My mom is Hazel. She was a chocolate brown skin woman. And I wanted my first product to be for the chocolate girls because the makeup industry always treats the chocolate girls like an afterthought. And I said, no, we're not doing that. So my first one is Hazel's Halo. It is a smoky eye, but the color palette is designed for the chocolate girls. And then we have a lot of other colorways of that coming out for different complexions. And we are launching color next week. So we have blue, purple, hot pink, and green for money.
Wow.
I love that. Okay, my dog is always trying to get in on the
That's
conversation.
okay. I
That's
love
Bernie.
But Mara, you know, something that I bothered me wearing makeup every day on TV was putting on lashes, the glue, you know, the
Yes.
makeup. If you're going into a makeup room, but even if you're at home, if you're not cleaning properly, you could get so many infections. Like this seems to solve all of those problems. We don't have to go and get those professional lashes where so many people have ended up with eye infections. My goddaughter ended up with a horrific eye infection after going to a shop here in Atlanta to get lashes put on her. Seems like we can skip all of that and avoid a lot.
And it's also it's safe for your lashes. So a really common problem that people have is that they have prolonged use of eyelash extensions, then their eyes are bald, their lashes are falling out. And so this doesn't touch your lashes. It's completely safe. So you put it on your lid and it doesn't touch your lashes. There's no glue on your lashes. And so it is protective in that way. But it's also really protective in a different way. This is the world's first ever eyelash prosthetic. So if you're someone who has lost your lashes through medical treatments like chemotherapy or through an organ transplant, for example, or alopecia, if you don't have any lashes, this is the solution to provide you with lashes so you can feel more like yourself again. So that part I'm really, really excited about.
Wargo one, I think this is Wargal 101 in the chat says, I lost my lashes due to chemo. Can they work for me?
Yes, absolutely. So this is it is again made in a medical facility, and that was so important to me that it's made in, you know, it's sterile conditions from beginning till it gets to your door. And so this is a medical grade, skin safe, hypoallergenic adhesive. It is latex free and it is glue free. So if you are someone who is dealing with a medical lash loss, then I think this could potentially be a really, really great solution for you. I would love for you to try it.
How many times can you wear it? Like once I wear it once and I peel it off, can I put it back on? Like how many times
Right,
can I wear the
can
same
I
one?
show you? Can I remove the camera quick and just show you my mirror?
Please.
You see my mirror? It has my eye wigs on it. Do you see that?
Yes.
So
Yes.
when I'm finished wearing them, I
You
put
put
my
on.
eye wigs, I stick them on the mirror. So every mirror in my house has a pair of eyes staring back at me. So you can wear them. It depends on your skin type. So if you have
Okay.
oily skin, it's going to interfere with adhesive faster than if you have drier skin. I get 3 to 4 wears out of every pair. And then what the girls started doing, which they taught me on social, because you know we are the ultimate innovators. They started taking
Yes.
a little bit of lash glue, clear lash glue, and they'll just like put a dot or two on their eyelid and then stick it on top of that, and they'll get 10, 12 wears out of one pair.
What? First of all, right now, these lashes are from yesterday. And literally what you just said is what I do too, is
Right.
I just take off all my makeup, wash my face, and leave my lashes. And I have lash extensions in because I just need on the weekends not to wear makeup. I'm trying to get my skin together. So
Yeah.
I literally just kept these on because I knew I had to do the pods. And then I was like, I got to have a lash. And I don't know how to put on, Jackie knows, I do not know how to put on fake lashes. It's so hard. They go on crooked. I'm unteachable. So for someone like me, how hard would it be for me to place them? Because again, I'm a tomboy. It's so bad. I can barely put lipstick on. I'm so bad at it. How hard is it to get them straight and to put them on so that they look professional like yours do?
So it does take a little bit of practice. I would consider it to be very, very beginner friendly. But I think when you get your first pair, you're probably gonna, take it on, put it off maybe 3 or 4 times, figure your positioning out. But once you nail it, when I tell you this has literally changed my beauty routine, I'm able to get ready in 3 minutes. I have timed it, my entire face in 3 minutes. You add the time for my wig, I'm out the door in 10 minutes, like put together out the door. I'm now suddenly early everywhere. I'm chronically late. So all of a sudden, I'm the one sitting at dinner waiting for people to show up. I'm the one at the doctor's appointment early. It's like a whole new world for me. So once you know your placement and you've practiced a couple times, it will change your life. It gives you your time back.
We have questions for you. First of all, they love your t-shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
mix and
cute.
fire.
Get a lot of love. Someone is asking, what are the lash extensions? Do you have like really dramatic lashes, something that looks kind of everyday? What lash extensions do you offer?
Yes, right. So you can customize your lash. So when you order your design, you also pick your lash. We have 4 lash styles. They range from natural to very dramatic. So the one that I'm wearing right now is one of our more natural styles, just to give you a point of reference. And then we have 3 other styles, and we're going to be introducing a new, more natural style in the next couple of weeks, because to my surprise, those are the ones that sell out the fastest. And I say to my surprise because I'm glam all day. I'm wearing
Right.
double lashes to the bodega, but apparently everybody's not like that. So we're introducing a new natural lash.
But you know
That
what?
is
What I
amazing. And
found,
it's interesting.
oh,
We had this I'm sorry, we had this conversation when we ran into each other at an event that was about beauty and celebrating the people behind the scenes. That one of your big markets, of course, are people who, are in the Middle East, right? That,
Yeah.
the people who can't, they're supposed to cover, but they can have their eyes out. And so they're like, well, I'm
Yes.
gonna maximize this eye. And that is one of your markets.
Yes, and this is why I love like the community on social, because they are educating me. So immediately when I started telling them, a woman came in my comments and she said, you just solved a huge problem for Muslim women. And I said, what do you
Yes.
mean? So they have to take their makeup off when they enter the mosque. And so this is a problem for them for things that are more permanent, like nail polish and like eyelashes, because lipstick is easy to take off. You put it back on. That's not really a big problem, but the lashes and the nail polish are a big problem. And so she said, now we can take our makeup off, especially during Ramadan when you're expected to go. And that's where you see family and it's such a center of the community. She's like, now we can be glam all day and still be compliant, with the religious observance. So that made me really, really happy to hear.
okay, so let's just go ahead, because people are asking, they want to get them. Where can we buy these and what's the price point?
Yes, so they're available exclusively at maraporter.com, maraporter.com. It is important for me to say that because there are a lot of imposters. Okay, this is
Ooh.
the only place where you can buy the eye wig. And by the way, the imposters are terrible. So you will buy them, you will hate them, and then you're DMing me about how awful my product is. You got it on Amazon. I'm like, well, we don't sell them on Amazon. I'm really sorry you got scammed. So maraporter.com is the only place where you can get the eye wig. They are $22.99. I would like to remind you they're reusable and they replace everything else. So they replace lashes, glue, shadow, eyeliner, and mascara. So I think it's an amazing value.
Well, let's talk about the business side of just real quick. Why didn't you do Amazon? Why didn't you do Shopify? Why didn't you do those different, like, why did you do your own website to sell this?
So, I'm a big, like just my personality, I leap and then the net will appear, so I'm building the plane as I fly it. So I had to launch on my own first because those other things take time to set up. But we absolutely are planning to be on TikTok Shop, especially, which is a huge, huge source for direct to consumer, whatnot. Digital live shopping really is the now of shopping. That's where people are discovering new products. That's where they are actually buying. Retail partnerships, of course, we would love. I would love to be in Walmart and beauty supply stores and, you know, Sephora and Ulta, and global is a big, big thing for me because I'm getting DMs every single day from Brazil, the UK, you know, all over the world, Nigeria. There are specific countries that are really, really like, when are you going to be selling here? And so we want to do global. So all of that stuff is coming. It just takes a lot of time to set up. So I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
That
Girl,
is
that's all
amazing.
Amazon. People are mad, but they're like, F Amazon. Don't go
Yeah,
on
F
there.
Amazon. No, we
Oh,
don't
is
need
that what they're
Amazon.
saying? Because I can't see the comments. What are the comments saying about
Girl,
Amazon?
they're
Saying
saying
no
F
Amazon.
Amazon. Thank you for not being on Amazon, girl.
Yes.
You know,
No
we do not.
Target, no Amazon. We don't even
No
need
Target,
Walmart.
absolutely not.
We love the idea of
Absolutely.
you of being able to get it from you. And I would also say Blap, which is a Black app that's got, you know, and Red Bag, what is it called? ShopRedBag.com,
Mhm.
which is, you know, Candy Carter's
Yeah.
retail. There's like so many other places that we can shop from. We have to sort of train ourselves out of Amazon and all those. So I'm actually glad you're not there. What has been the reaction from the beauty industry? Because we know that there's a hair and makeup world that, you
Yeah.
know, they're like, what has been the reaction from people who are hair and makeup professionals?
You know, I have only personally experienced a lot of love and support. I don't know that people would be bold enough to, you know, try to discourage me to my face. I don't know what's happening behind my back, but I will say this. Nobody loves and respects glam professionals more than me. I mean, I'm a glam girl to my core.
You are.
This does not replace the need for glam professionals. What it does is it opens the door wider. So people who are not currently participating now can. If you never
Mhm.
learned how to do your makeup, if you don't have the money for a makeup artist, if you don't have the time, now you can play too. And so that's
Yes.
really what I'm trying to do, is just widen access, not replace, you know, these amazing artists that, you know, I live for makeup artists.
Yeah.
The people I always like to spend the most time with in TV were the glam teams.
Say, look, they're the most fun. Now, can you please start making wigs? Because one of the things we talk about on this show a lot is that we have to start sourcing from within our own community. So we're not running to other communities to get our wigs, to get our eye wigs, to get our, you know, we need to be, and we love the fact that as a Black woman entrepreneur, we want to buy from you. Do you have plans to expand into other beauty products? Because you are a hair style queen, as I know from following you on TikTok. Are you thinking about expanding into other aspects of
You
beauty?
already have extensions, don't you?
No. So the
No?
plan was to start with hair because I was known as the hair lady. But the
Yes.
bar for entry financially for hair is much higher because hair is expensive. And
Yeah.
as even if when you have to spend the money to buy the hair, and there are minimum quantities. And so this was much more doable up front. I absolutely want to do hair. But here's a point I want to make about hair. And I'm really glad that you asked me about it. And I'm glad I'm talking about it here on this platform with the two of you. For the last 3 years, I've been working primarily as a hair influencer. I don't love the term influencer, but for lack of a better term, most of my content
Mhm.
is hair. And here's what I've learned about the hair industry. Hair companies, Black hair companies, do not sponsor Black hair influencers. If I was a makeup influencer, if I was a white hair influencer, I would be making so much money with my analytics. I have 500 million video views. I have engagement that exceeds the industry averages, but they will not pay me one dime. These are companies that are not US based, they are not Black owned, they do not respect us enough to even spend marketing dollars because they know we're going to buy the products regardless.
Anyway,
What they
right.
offer me is product. So they're asking me for a service that I can charge between $25,000 and $40,000 for what they're asking for. They'll ask for all kind of deliverables, ad codes, posting across platforms, and they offer me product in exchange for that. So that's what pisses me off, is that they don't spend any money in our community. It's a one-way transaction only. That
Mm,
motivates me to get in that space, because the amount of money that we spend on our hair, and none of it is circulating through the community. It's just all going out the door. And
yeah.
I don't feel respected. I don't feel respected. I don't feel respected as a customer, and I don't feel respected as a marketing colleague in a lot
Mm-hmm.
of ways.
Mm.
I'm so
That
glad that
is,
we're having, because we talk about that often. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, if not last week, we were just talking about how we have to find a way to make sure that our dollar as Black men and women, as Black people, is respected. And it is
Mhm.
not. And we, you know, like you said, we're going to buy it anyway. We're going to buy the hair anyway. We have to be much more intentional about how we spend our money. And so you come
Mhm.
along with something like this that is not only, you know, from a Black woman, but a game changer, you know, for
Yes.
everyday people and even people that do what we do. I don't want to have
Mhm.
to hire a professional every time I want to do something, but I may want to glam it up if I want to go
Right.
out. I'm going to a concert tomorrow night with my cousin. I don't want to do my makeup. I'd rather put on an eye wig and keep it moving. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just makes sense, but we have to be much more intentional about how we spend our money.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, no longer will I use glasses as makeup when I go, because you know me, I don't like to do makeup. So what I do is I'll be like, if I can't do makeup on the week, because I refuse to have a whole hair and makeup session just to go to a movie. But I
Yeah.
also think, you know, as Jack, you know, somebody will stop and say, we want to take a picture, we want to take a yada yada yada. And if I don't have no makeup in it, I'm like, please, I don't want to do it. If I got a little eye wig on, I don't even have to use glasses. You know, I use glasses instead of makeup. I don't have to do that
Yeah.
anymore. I
Yeah.
just throw my little eye wig on and I can look perfectly fine going out. Listen, I'm ready to go. I love this. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
Mara, this
excited to
is
try it.
crazy. This is such a game changer. Like this
Ah,
is so needed by
so
women from so many walks of life.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the future because the way I envision
Yeah.
it, because we, you know, there will be a range of quality, right? Sometimes you have your everyday shoes, sometimes you want to wear your Louboutins. They have different range of costs. So my next phase of the dream is to have like ones that will last you for years.
yes.
And because the materials exist, they're very expensive,
Yes.
which is why we didn't use them
Yes.
at first. But if you're willing to spend $75 on an eye wig that you can wash and rewear for years, and then you have
Listen,
your collection of eye wigs, and you're like, what do I want to look like today? Do I want my holiday look? Do I want my everyday glam? Do I want my natural beat? Do I want my super smoky eye? And it takes you 60 seconds to put it on.
this
That's
is
where we're headed.
game changing.
This
This
is
is
a
life
game
changing.
changer, girl. Game changer. Oh my God.
Lord have mercy.
I love this for you, especially, you know, because
Yes.
we've known you for a long time. And I'm so happy that not only a Black woman invented this, but that you did, right? That
Yes.
you did. I'm so
Yes.
happy for you.
Thank
We're
you.
so proud of you, girl. We
Thank
just
you.
when we
Thank you.
talked
And
about this, we were like, oh no. We got to get Mara on
Well,
here.
'cause
We got to get cousin
this is
Mara.
like Spanx. This is like when Spanx first came out, right?
Yes.
This is
Game
that
changer.
big. Like
It
this is
is.
going to be huge.
It
But you
is
know what's
huge.
really beautiful, and this what's been really, really beautiful for me is that the early adopters, and I don't necessarily think it's only because I'm Black. The early adopters are Black women, and I think it's because we are early adopters. So we are more likely to try something untested and to figure out how to make it work, like I showed you with the eyelash glue, to say, oh well, I want to get 6 wears out of this instead of 3, to try something new, to figure out how to zhuzh it. So that's what I've been saying 100%. The majority of my customers are Black women, and they are informing me of like, hey sis, you need to change it in this ways. And I'm like, bet. And we make changes on a dime. We are pivoting very quickly. We're redesigning the product constantly. And that's
Wow.
Black women that are doing that work. And what I know for sure, and mark my words, we have it on tape. We can play it back in 5 years if we need to, is that as soon as Black women really en masse start embracing this, everybody else is coming along.
They will jump.
Because we're the trendsetters.
We
Yeah.
are. Give some advice to fellow Black women in the chat and that are listening to this podcast and that are excited about a business idea and they don't know where to begin. What are the first 3 things somebody who wants to start a business because they're passionate about something, but they don't know where to start? What are the first 3 things they should do?
Okay, so this may not be necessarily the advice that you're expecting because it's not necessarily practical advice, but I think it's the needed advice. So the first thing is that there will never be a perfect time. So if you're
Mhm.
waiting for that perfect time for all the stars to align, you'll be still waiting in your coffin. There'll never be a perfect time. The
Mhm.
second thing is if you have certainty, now God is not the author of confusion. If you have doubts, if the vision's not clear, if things are gray, wait. But if you have certainty and clarity about what you want to do, then build the plane as you're flying it. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a plan. And you only need like steps 1 and 2. You don't need steps 1 through 10. If you leap, the net will appear. So that is the best advice that I can give, because I don't think there's anything that can prepare you for entrepreneurship, just like things can't necessarily prepare you for parenthood or for so many other different types of massive life changes. You just got to get in there and figure it out and trust yourself to be able to figure it out.
Love it.
Is
Wow.
it tough for you to leave journalism? Not that you've left it completely. I know you still have a foot in there in some ways, but this takes up the majority of your time now.
Yeah.
Was it tough? But you know, because you've always marched to the beat of your own drum. And I think about how you started, you know, early in the business when you couldn't really find a job and you went overseas, you know, and kind of did your own thing. And that's what got their attention when you came back, and boom, you were, you know what I mean? You were a hot commodity once. Like, so you always have done your own thing. Do you miss news, or was this all, were you always kind of, was there a part of you that was always like, there's going to be, I'm going to close this chapter and move on to something else?
So I didn't necessarily make a conscious decision to leave news, but what happened was that I was going through personal struggle because my parents had passed away. And so I was seeking joy. I was seeking healing through joy. And that was where the beauty content came from. So it came from a very organic place. And then when it started to take off, having 15 years experience in media, the way it started to take off, I recognized I have to lean into this, because this doesn't happen every day. This is clearly where the universe and where God wants me to be. And so that's what redirected me. I love journalism. Storytelling is my first love. So I would absolutely love to get back in some way. I don't know what it looks like, because the media landscape looks very different today. But I would love the opportunity to get back to storytelling in some way. What I will say is that, and Joy, I've told you I pray for you. I have zero FOMO about not working in newsrooms right now, because
Listen.
it is the most toxic, ugliest, hostile place for Black journalists right now, this moment in time, that I've ever seen. There's no other period in modern history that even comes close. And so I literally pray for you, for Don Lemon, for Sunny, for all of you who are in the space doing the work day in and day out, because this is spiritual warfare right now. And you're just trying to do your job. And you're having to deal with the most vile humans attacking you, attacking your family, trying to dox your location, just all of these awful, awful things. So right now I'm kind of happy that I get to play with hair and makeup all day.
Can I just mention, can I go back to the eye wig for 1 second?
Please.
Wisdom Witness, I think is the name, said that the eye wig is like bringing the Jetsons to reality. The actual, like, you can just put on makeup, like put on a face, and it just happens like that. And people are cracking up in the chat saying that's so true.
Oh my God, you're right. It is the Jetsons.
We're living in the future, y'all.
Yes.
Wait till you see. I have about 15 patent pendings, and I keep telling people the iWig is right now the invention that I'm pushing, but it's not my only invention. I cannot wait. I wish I could show you. I have them in the room or out on the other side of this wall. I wish I could say, come on, let me show you a sneak peek, because I have such cool stuff that I'm so excited about. So it just, everything takes time and it takes money. And
Yes.
so we're working on getting them out one at a time.
That's your
We're gonna invite ourselves over to your crib so we can sneak back there and see what's there. We won't tell. We journalists too. We can keep it confidential. We just want to see. We'll sign an NDA. We just want to sneak and peek. We just want look, and the cat in the behind is like, me too.
Listen, and listen, you know them Kardashians keeping a good eye on you, girl. They are watching. It's gonna be the K wig coming out. Are you protected?
No, I rebuke it. I rebuke it.
Protected.
It's patent pending. I'm prayerful that we will have our patent any day now. And so what I have been told by my attorneys is that if anyone does infringe on the patent, you can retroactively claim damages. So
that's right.
You know,
don't be copying Mara's shit. Leave it alone. Yes. Don't start. No, won't be no.
Kim came out with Skims, and it was like Spanx never existed.
Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And I chose my law firm for the patent, people kept saying, and they were well intentioned. People would say, "Oh, my friend does patent law; they'll give you a break and a discount because you're a startup." And I said, I don't want the discount patent attorney. I want the most expensive patent attorney because this patent is really valuable. And so I went and found the same firm that did Skims because Kim Kardashian got a patent for shapewear,
which is
so
crazy.
I said to myself, whoever did that, I want to work with them. And that's who I'm working with. That's who's representing my patent application.
Very smart. Very smart. It's a lot of lawyers out here that will give you a discount that ain't worth.
Well, no, the minute that a lawyer says discount, run the other way, because you get what you pay for. When it comes to certain things, you get what you pay for.
If they want to take a percentage, run. If they're like, no, run.
You better pay to get the best. You got to pay for the best. Amen.
You really do. Well,
Amen.
Mara, we adore you. Are you going to NABJ? Do you even?
Yeah. I'm going to NABJ. And you know what's so funny? Now I'm on the other side of the process. So I'm pitching, because this coverage is really, really important to getting the word out and to, just launching the brand. And so now I'm the one calling people with pitches. But it really helps to have, 15 years of contacts and friends and play cousins. And so I will be at NABJ, cutting up like we do. We don't talk about what happens at NABJ. It stays at NABJ.
Listen.
And it's in Atlanta too. We're going to have a good time. Well, we will see you there. And listen, when you bring out one of the inventions from the back door back there and you want to come on and promote it, please
come on back.
Open in this invitation here, cousin.
You're home here, sis. Anytime, cousin. Anytime.
I love you guys so much. Thank you for having me. It's so good to see your faces. And I'm so proud of both of you and what you're doing.
Right back at you.
Just the voices. Your voices right now are so needed.
Thank you, sis. We will see you in Atlanta.
These are trying times, but we are proud of you and we love what you're doing. And we'll see you in Atlanta.
We're gonna toast to you when we get to NABJ, girls. So keep a night aside to let's go and toast to your success.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Bye. Yeah, she doing the damn thing now.
Girl, I love it. I'm getting ready to order some of those because
you think I'm not gonna order them?
Listen, you need to, because you know what? Years ago, when I was still on TV every day, I got the lash extensions.
Yeah.
And I got because I was going out of the country. I was going on vacation, beaching it. And I was like, I just want to have lashes so I don't have to do a lot of makeup. And so I got those lash extensions and they were like, they'll just fall off naturally. Girl, when they fell off, they took my lashes with them.
See, I have them in now
to grow back. It took me years to grow my lashes back. And that's why I put a little bit of castor oil on my lashes. And that's it. I used to wear the strips with the glue.
I do that too.
Anything to my lashes but mascara and an organic mascara because it bothered. I lost my lashes. I mean, there were some still there, but so many of them came out.
I used to have
extensions. They attached the fake lash to your lashes.
I know. I wear fake lashes. That's what I'm wearing right now. And like I said, I wiped all my makeup out last night, left the eye makeup on because this is my strategy to be quick ready for this podcast. Because I got my makeup done yesterday, and it's like it's not a great strategy. This what Mara created, game changer. Because I can take my makeup fully off and pop my little eye wig on and be ready for Reid This Reid That. It's game changing, honestly. And when I saw her at that beauty event, I said that to her. This is gonna, and definitely there was a gentleman there who was talking about her Middle Eastern marketplace, people who can only show their eyes, Muslim women who wear the hijab. Game changer.
I'm putting in the chat, you guys, the website. I'm putting it in the chat where you can go and get maraporter.com. I just put it in there. For anyone that wants to purchase directly, you can only get it from her, which I love, right? Because I want it. Like I will be buying them later today. But there it is in the chat, maraporter.com.
Me too. I'm gonna try different ones and stuff. And look, it's game because all you really need, if you can get your skin to a certain level, you don't have to put a lot of makeup on your face. And the eyes are what take the longest, and putting on the lashes is so hard. This means you just you pop on and you're done. You're done.
I'm so over makeup after years of having to wear it every day, and I feel like my skin is so much better and healthier.
Listen,
But there are times where I'm like, maybe I want to put on a little something. But if I had an eye wig, what did she say? It
listen.
took her 7 minutes to get ready?
She said it takes her 7 minutes to get ready from start to
Wow.
finish. But let me
Wow.
tell you something. Mara used to, when I would run into her in the gym, because we would both work out at the same time in the morning, I would
Mhm.
be on the struggle bus after, and she would be glamming herself up. And it didn't take her that long. She's so skilled at
Yeah.
hair and makeup that she would do a whole beat standing
Yeah.
right there in the gym, in front of the gym mirror, and she could just do it because she's just that good. And so
Girl.
she's the right person to do this. Like, this is her skill set. She's
It
excellent at this.
is. When you see what this girl can do with the wig, if y'all are not following her, go to her social,
Follow,
go to the website, and you can get to her social media from there.
follow her.
Because it's spelled differently because it's her maiden name.
Yes.
But it's a portion of her maiden name. That's her social media handle. So anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
follow her. She's amazing. We love her. Now we do have a couple of other topics we want to talk about before
Please.
because we had to make time. So, all right, Joyanne, let's talk about Young Miami and this Spin That song that has divided the Black community, girl.
It is.
So she came out with this song. It has really been labeled the song of the summer. They even brought her on stage at the BET Awards and celebrated her. Monica danced to her song at the Essence Award, at the Essence Fest this weekend. But India Ari and Nikki from Brownstone, I'm blanking on her last name. India started, and this is what it ended. What we're about to play is India responding to backlash because someone said, not India, that that we should boycott the song. India posted text responding to that, and all hell broke loose. And I think we have her response to hell breaking loose on her.
And there are a lot of people who are saying it's just a song. Well, if that's what you think, enjoy. But what I know is that music has power. But of course, I have used that power to help some people. And I have traveled around this world twice. And I see the impact of what we export out of the Black American experience to the rest of the world. Longer story for another time. But I've seen it. So I know. And I'm telling you what it is. But you enjoy if that's what you want to do. And I will enjoy doing what I want to do. And that's why I don't think anybody needs to boycott. I think people just need to make choices for themselves. That's what I think.
I think that one song is going to turn somebody into a criminal? Absolutely not. And we're going to acknowledge music will heal you. It will inspire you. But when songs start streaming billions and billions of time, it becomes a part of our cultural conversation, right? It's not just shaping fashion and language and cultural identity. It's actually teaching people how to treat us. Music influences our emotions. Yeah. Music influences our cultural identity. Yeah. Music and social norms, right? Our attitudes and behaviors about things. Why is it that when we start talking about songs like Spin That, all of a suddenly, we taking it too seriously. We doing too much. We being too much of an auntie. I don't want to believe that as a culture, we about to start boosting and scamming. But it's already something that plagues our community.
Yeah, Nikki Gilbert, that's her name from Brownstone. And I have been to her house and I know her and I love her. She's amazing. So forgive me for forgetting her last name. But yeah, girl, people were coming for India Ari because she was the one who was really outspoken about this. And then for Nikki and really trying to cancel both of them. The thing that I don't like is these women have legacy in this industry. Like they are legends in this industry.
Yes.
Industry. They have been here. They have a right to say what they think and give their opinions. It's so people want to quickly say, oh, they're old, or oh, they're aunties, or oh, they're this. They want to quickly call someone old for giving correction or giving a critique. I don't want to say correction, but
right.
A critique. That's my big issue with this. How you gonna cancel India Ari? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Giving an opinion if she thinks that the song is harmful to black culture and to black people, it is her right to say that. And
that's right.
Given what she's given to the culture, I think she has every right to say that, even more than most.
Yeah. I mean, brown skin alone, she should get a Black Pulitzer for that because it's so uplifted the little chocolate girls. And look, the reality is, as the chat is saying, you cannot cancel India Ari. Okay. She's not going to get canceled. but the reality is, I think it's a legitimate debate, and I'm kind of a little bit on two sides of it. On the one hand, it's just a song, and if the sister is making a living at it, it's kind of hard to hate on her success. And there's a lot worse out there in real life besides a song, like Donald Trump actually grabbing women by the PUSSY, literally in a Bergdorf Goodman, and then defaming his victim, E. Jean Carroll. So there's a lot worse. There's a lot of pastors who are talking a lot of shit about trans people and then getting busted for child pornography. There's the Epstein files. There's what Diddy was doing. There's lots of really, really bad things. And music is, just music. On the other hand, it doesn't thrill me that our culture and that hip hop is at the point where this is such popular subject matter. I'm not gleeful about the fact that this is what our musical legacy is, but also no, it's not like it's the first song ever about crime, murder, spousal abuse. You can go all the way back. We were singing before the show. You can go back to Billie Holiday. He isn't true. He beats me too. What shall I do? Oh, my man, I love him so I'll never know. You know what I mean?
Speaking as a victim, right? Young Miami is speaking as a criminal. She's saying,
no, yeah.
She's saying, go, let's go do this. Billie Holiday wasn't saying come and beat me.
No. She's saying where
You know
they
what
at.
I'm
No,
saying?
she's not saying let's go do it. She's saying, where's my scammers at? Where's all my scamming ass N-words at? Boosting bags. And then they're saying, go ahead and spend that money from what you did. She's not saying go do it. She's just saying, where y'all at? Go ahead and spend that cash that you made.
Well, she said that this is the world she knows because both of her parents were in that life.
Scammers.
So
So she's singing about real life.
So it seems like a celebration of that. Where y'all at? Let's go hang out kind of thing. And I think that's the issue that people take with it. Listen, I'm all for creatives being creative. And it doesn't mean that it's not harmful. I don't think that anyone should cancel her. She has a right to create the music that she wants to create. What bothers me was when I saw all these young kids, because the dance that came with it, that this young brother created, was what really took it over the edge. Because everybody wanted to do that dance, and all these kids are doing it. But are you a kid like me that really wasn't even paying attention to lyrics when I was a kid? I just liked the song. I really wasn't paying it. It would really, like, there are songs when
Tutti Frutti's about sex. Tutti Frutti.
Listen, the electric slide. The electric slide.
The electric slide. Think about going, you can't feel it. It's electric. It's about a vibrator. Like, we don't even know what we are listening to songs that is so funny. I listen to some of this. I think I now listening to the song, right? Mary Jane, that's about cocaine. Like, we've been listening to stuff. And again, I'll go all the way back to the 1930s and Billie Holidays, and how many songs were about sex, drugs, sex and drugs. And we just did that. They were just more creative about the way they were saying it, but that's what they were about. And so this isn't like new, right? There's always been this aspect to music that's been sexual, that's been about drugs, that's been about all the things. Or is Mary Jane about weed, not coke? I thought it was about cocaine.
Yes, it's about weed.
Mary Jane. Oh, Mary Jane is okay. Sorry, I'm not a weed smoker, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it was cocaine. There's a song that's about cocaine. There's White Line, which is about cocaine, which is the white line. That's about cocaine, right? So I mean, there's and you don't even know what some of the stuff is that they're saying, and you sing along to it. Or look, we were saying it before the show, girl. We all in the club talking about first things first. I Papa, freaks, all the honeys, dummies, Playboy bunnies, girls wanting money, right? Those are the ones I like because they don't get Nathan but penetration unless it smells like sanitation. We sang along one more chance, Biggie, give me one more chance. Them lyrics aren't cute. Lil Kim's lyrics about getting cracked and beat up by Juicy Fruit, like all the. We're listening to it.
But we are. But I think what India and Nikki are saying, and I have to agree with them, is like the thing with the Young Miami song. Here's the difference between those songs, because we knew those songs, but those were not songs that were as big as this. This song is the song of the summer. It is everywhere. It's everywhere. These songs were like, there are songs out here with questionable lyrics that have been like a lot of hip hop songs. I don't even know. Because I'm not a hip hop head. I'm not listening to rap. I don't know that Biggie song. I
Hoes
mean,
in
I
every
know
area
it,
code. I
but
got hoes.
but saying someone is a hoe and saying something like there was a mother who posted a video of a Louis Vuitton bag, if I'm correct about the bag, that her daughter boosted and then got arrested. If I'm telling the story correctly, she posted the video playing that song, celebrating that song. It's celebrating such a negative thing, like it's celebrating it, right? And I get like, but listen, I don't think anybody should bully this girl. If that's the music she wants to make, girl, make it. But I always think if that's how she grew up and that's autobiographical for her, that's what she knows, then there is always room for a lesson from your elders. When you know better, you do better. Expand your base of knowledge. Learn more about, travel the world, culturally, learn more, bring in more, because I would like to know, and I wasn't able to research this, but maybe our cousins know, what was the record label behind this? How was this song marketed? Like, why is this the song of the summer? Right?
Yeah.
Why is this? Like, okay, you made a great song. Okay, why is it everywhere? It's all right. It's not that great of a song to me. That's just me, right? Like, it's a very basic song. Why was it? How was this marketed? How is this the biggest song of the moment?
Because the music industry for a really long time, I mean, when hip hop first started after the disco era, it was roller skating music. It was positive, it was fun. It was all about, the overweight lover heavy D. Like, it was fun. And then it took a turn in the late 80s, early 90s into gangster rap
Intentionally. Yeah.
intentionally. And the music industry really promotes and wants rap music and hip hop music that promotes violence, drugs, negativity, not love, not, remember I Need Love, when
LL
LL Cool J sang that is not promoted anymore. The 3 Feet High and Rising, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest, all that music was
Right.
very positive. And that was not what the industry wanted. The industry did not want that. The industry wanted money, clothes, and hoes, and they promoted what they wanted. And I think the music industry, which is not run by us, which does not mainly pay us as Black people, right? Queen Latifah, Ladies First. Ladies First is probably the most positive hip hop song ever written.
UNITY. Come on.
UNITY. That was not common. That's not what the industry wanted. The industry wanted the negativity because it is white people selling music mainly to young white men, using Black people as the characters and Black people in a stereotypical vein to sell negativity and gangsterism that is mainly consumed by young white men.
Because as India Irie said, if you watch that entire clip, music is vibrational, right?
Yes.
It enters the mind. It definitely does enter your psyche, whether you know it or not. And so
Yes.
what we are listening to, what we're singing along to, what becomes an earworm in our ear, like that resonates with us. And
Yep.
that's what she's saying. So I would rather be singing about UNITY or brown skin or something positive, other than talking about boosting. And like, you sound crazy doing that.
Well, I mean, you know me, I'm the auntie that wants Glorilla to change her name. You know what I mean? Because it bothers me that we feed into or Sexy Red, who's selling all these lip glosses with names like gonorrhea. Like, the industry wants her to do that. They want her to push that. They want us to promote negativity and conflict between Black men and women, and they want us to promote bullshit.
Because they want to keep us where we are. They want to
Correct.
keep us doing the line dances, partying at the cookout, playing, having a good time. Well, at least we can have fun. They don't want us to organize and be serious. They want us, because music can influence how you move, how you move in the world.
Think about the 1960s, which was probably the heyday of Black protest music. This was considered quite dangerous. Or you even think about Billie Holiday. Strange Fruit probably got her killed.
Yeah.
They let her die on that hospital bed because of Strange Fruit. They were like, if you don't stop singing that damn song, because it was waking even white people up to lynching. And every time she sang it, she was ordered to stop singing it, and she wouldn't. And that's why that lady didn't survive. And so the reality is, music definitely is a vibration. And in the 60s, our vibration was Black power. And now the vibration is fun, scatological bullshit, and look, even my favorite era of the 90s, a lot of that shit was money, clothes, and hoes, and unfortunately, these white men who were signing these young Black men to try to get them out of the ghetto. I mean, these young Black men were accepting money to get out of the ghetto, right? Diggable planets. That's not what they wanted. I mean, the reality is that they wanted a certain kind of music and would pay for that. Know that NWA were middle class brothers. They were not from the hood. They were from the middle class, but they performed ghetto, they performed this sort of ghetto theatrics for money. And so
Listen,
none of them were really from the ghetto. They had the money to go to a freaking recording studio.
The music that we listen to, the food that's in our neighborhoods that the overwhelming majority of us have access to, the
They're killing
unhealthy
us.
fast foods, the meat markets that we go to with the cheap
Soda.
meat, the soda, all those things, the cheap, we'll go get a bunch of ribs and chicken wings from the discount meat store that's full of cancer and antibiotics and all those things, and we're not paying attention to any of it. They don't have to lynch the overwhelming majority of us because we're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And the music that we listen, it is by design that this is the kind of music that is being pushed to us.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not coming out against that girl. If that's what she knows, if that's where she is, then okay. We should not shame her. We should not give her a hard time. But I hope that she's open to conversations and ways to elevate what she's doing. I hope that 5 years from now, she's not
doing that. And she doesn't have to. Look, now that she's made that money and somebody's making the point, they're right. You're right. Cube and Eazy-E Eazy-E was the one who had money. He was the one who had money out of all of them. Cube and a couple of other ones were somewhat from the hood. And so was Snoop, who was actually in a gang. He actually was really a Crip. Like, that was a real thing. But it was a range. You know what I mean? Like, Puffy was a little suburban kid that was selling gangster rap. But anyway, we don't have to go into hip hop. But yes, I hope that now that she's making some money, I would really love to see her take her career into a different direction, because she's got the capability, she has the talent. Hopefully she will think about making other kinds of music, because the song is catchy, it's very catchy, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying a catchy song. Nothing wrong with it. But let's not stay there. Let's not dwell in this house, because this house is not built for us.
Summertime by Will Smith. I mean, I just love a positive song. Something that's just fun and easy. And, like, what was that? Neo, he makes great music. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really into hip hop, but he made, even though he got.
What happened? Somebody was making the point. I remember, was it you that was making the point that, we had a whole era, the 90s it was the gangster rap, but it also had a lot of love songs, a lot of R&B, a lot of the Whitney, a lot of the, there was a lot of love songs in the Black sort of wheelhouse. And that's kind of gone away a little bit too. Yes, I said Puff Daddy. He was middle class, went to Howard, but
grew up in Mount Vernon. Yeah,
he pretended to be gangster, but he absolutely was not. But I mean, we're having people perform that, and I don't think we need to do that. Somebody's asking, did she date Diddy? She did date Diddy. Yes,
I don't think we should, like, it's two different things, right? Whether or not she dated Diddy has nothing to do with. I know you're just asking. Kate Williamson. I'm not saying that, but that's why we didn't get into it.
And girls just want to have fun. It's not Madonna, J. Club Life. That is Cyndi Lauper.
Yes, who I met when I was at my prom dinner in the restaurant, and she was in the bathroom with me and took a picture.
Oh my gosh!
Because I was bold back then and said, "But you got to take a picture with me."
By the way,
go ahead.
If you get a chance to see the Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary, now you will find out what they were singing about, because they were on some mystical going to another planet shit that we did not even understand, that they were literally doing music from another planet. Like, they weren't even singing
Yeah.
about our planet. They were singing about a different universe. It was just
Girl,
kind
they
of
came
fly.
out in spaceships and everything. I mean, I haven't seen
Listen,
the documentary yet, but I know all about Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I know it's going to be amazing. I'm just saying, you guys,
we want the innuendos back, as Vegas Girl says. I miss
yes,
the little bit. I mean, Tutti Frutti is cute because it's not direct in your face. He's not saying
that's the
ass,
electric
ass.
slide. The electric slide. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who
It's
knew?
it's hidden, and it's kind of clever. Make it hidden. We love that it's more creative, than just saying it flat out. We don't need it to be so blunt all the
Girl,
time.
the
It can be
wobble is
fun.
supposed to be like a really sexual
Right,
song.
the wobble probably
Get in
is. And
there.
we
Get
get
in there.
up now. Yeah, get up now. Yeah, get up now.
But I'm not mad at a song about sex, because
No.
sex is a natural thing. I don't mind a
Yes.
song about sex, about kinky
No.
sex, about, if it's two consenting adults,
It's
let me look
fine.
you up and down. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Jodeci,
I'm not mad
Boys to
at
Men.
that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't mind. It's just we need to have a mix, we need a blend. But the music industry is not our friend. Just know that the music
No.
industry, Prince told
And
you, and Michael Jackson told you, they don't really care about us. The music industry is not the friend of Black people. It is there to exploit our culture and sell our culture back to us in the most devious, disgusting, and disgraceful way. It is not meant to enhance us culturally.
And what do they want more than anything? They want our Black people out there stealing and scamming so they can lock us up.
Yeah.
Have slave labor doing whatever people in prison are doing for free. So that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? So you got to ask yourself, and I really wish I had time to really look into it, because I was thinking about it earlier. How did this song become so popular?
I just
How
know it's
did
hot
it
in
happen?
Miami. It's
Girl,
the
it's hot
hottest
everywhere.
thing. It's
Everywhere.
hot.
It's
It's
just
hot.
Monica danced to it, and on stage. BET Awards. It's not just Miami. This is the song of the summer.
Well, by the way, again, and we talked about this before, it says BET Awards, where you could not make a political statement, but you could dance to scamming ass N words on stage. Because who owns the BET Awards and who owns BET? AI oligarchs. Oh, the tech bros, white tech bros who care nothing about Black people, and who in fact want to anesthetize Black people, numb our brains so that they can do what they want to do and protect Donald Trump from us rising up. They're trying to keep us from ever being that. They want to make sure there's never another Nat Turner. They don't want us to have the energy of fighters. They want us to have the energy of slaves. And the Ellisons, not our friends.
And so does overwhelmingly the people leading the music industry. It is the same. They are connected. So you can dance to that song and you can celebrate it, but know what it is and know what's behind it. Know the intention of them to keep us, to control what is getting into our heads with the vibrations that get to us. They want to control that. They want to keep us down.
Yes. Can I respond to one negative commenter? Because I'm trying to find this person who came in and said that I cannot speak about Black people because I am not a foundation of Black Americans. Bitch,
What?
neither is Kool Herc, neither is Busta Rhymes, he's Jamaican, neither is Heavy D, also Jamaican. Most of your favorite hip hop artists who created hip hop are Jamaicans. So if you don't like people who are Caribbean and think that Caribbean people are not foundational Black Americans, you cannot have hip hop, because half of them people that created hip hop were Jamaican. Busta Rhymes, Heavy D, Biggie ass Jamaican. Listen to his mama talk. Jamaican, and you can't have Malcolm X, also Caribbean. So if you don't like diaspora life, you might not want to be here. This might not be the place for you, because I'm a diaspora girl. If you don't like the diaspora, get gone. You can go on. You don't have to be here.
Let me just add this to that. As much as this woman fights and on a regular basis to not just only educate but uplift Black people in this country specifically, and speak out about injustices against this, people in this country, foundational Black people and all Black people, how dare you even open your mouth to even criticize or even make that comment?
Yeah, no, bitch.
I
I'm
don't
100%
understand that.
unmixed African. Okay, I'm blacker than your ass, probably. You probably got more white in you than me, because I got 0% non-black in my
Girl,
DNA.
I don't even know how people fix their mouths to say the craziest shit. That's just crazy.
Get out of our group chat. That's it. I hate
Do
when
you
people
even
say
know
that
who
shit.
she is? Do you even
Um,
watch the work that she does on a day-to-day basis? How
Don't
do you
come in
even
here with
crack
that
your
shit.
lips to say that?
I'm gonna find this person so we can block them, because you can't be in here like that. The problem is this is the other thing that white people do, because if you are one of those people who's bitching about who's foundational Black American, you're doing the work of the white man, because it's white nationalists who created that ADOS shit that was created by white nationalists to divide Black people so we wouldn't fight together. They're doing everything to keep us fighting each other so we won't work for reparations, we won't work in unity, because we're so busy infighting that we can't fight the real enemy. So if you're fighting other Black people, you're doing the enemy's work. You're doing the work of white nationalists. So you are a white nationalist.
Girl, Camille probably done already blocked them, because y'all know we don't play that mess in here.
Don't come in here with that shit.
don't
I
come
saw
in
it go
with
by and I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna remember and respond."
Girl, Camille been busy blocking today. I've seen her blocking people. That person is going to get blocked, because there are non-foundational Black people who are very negative and not respectful of our
African
culture.
Americans. Yes.
Joanne is not that by any stretch of the imagination, like not at all. Like what the hell? What the actual hell? Girl,
Come on now.
I'm just mad.
I've been mad about it for about 10 minutes, trying to see if I can remember this person. I said, I'm gonna remember to come back to this shit.
Girl, we don't do that in here. That's when we
it.
say this is a safe space. We don't mind having a conversation and critiques. And, people were saying that with the Oprah conversation, because, we didn't know all the details about what happened, but we were still trying. They were like, hey, it'd be great if you all knew the actual details. But valid feedback.
Valid.
Nobody's getting blocked. That's valid.
Feedback.
That's fair. We family.
100%.
Y'all can give us and criticism and pushback, but do it respectfully. That was disrespectful and uncalled for. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Don't do it. Don't play you. We sang the song for a reason earlier. We said we would block you, and we will.
You move my bang. Let me get my bang together. No
bang.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch. No, ma'am. Not today. But we are happy that the rest of you all are here.
But everyone else, we're glad.
Everybody else.
Everybody else is. Yes. So listen, we appreciate all of you being here. We hope that you guys, find some good music in your spirit. Music can be so healing. After this is done, after y'all go, you don't have to worry about Don Lemon. He'll be on eventually. And after y'all done listening,
get my phone out. Y'all know that. He's gonna be lemon late. Wait, let me look. He might
check it and make sure they ain't late, because they be trying to make sure they're saying this.
Y'all be running. Yeah. Put a lemon in the chat if y'all running it.
Put a lemon in the chat if y'all about to go over there. We said. So yes, he'll be on eventually. We gonna text him and make sure he's gonna be all right. But find you some beautiful music. I've been discovering amazing music. See, look, I've been spending a lot of time listening to a lot of really great new artists, Jackie. And there's so much good music out there that I think we tend to focus on the controversial music or the music that's like hurting our spirit. There is so much incredible music out there. So just go find you some. There's really great stuff. There's people who have these throwback vibes that come across as if they've been around forever. They have these sort of old souls. Just amazing. So go find you some good music and listen to it and enjoy it.
Girl, and listen, I am like one of the few Black people who, well, I know you do too. You don't like to say it because you're such a hip hop head, but yacht rock, y'all, I love me some yacht rock. There's a young group of siblings, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, called Infinity Song. And they do what's considered yacht rock. Y'all, they are young, but they are amazing. Infinity Song. Y'all, please check them out. I love this group so much. They are amazing. You'll love their music. And they are just as cute as they dress like the Brady Bunch. They dress like they're back in the 70s. Like they're
they're like a little rock. I know what you're talking about, a little Black rock group.
It's yacht rock. It's like light rock.
It's like light rock. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's not hardcore rock like what Jada was doing back in the day. But they're Infinity Song. Girl, look them up. Follow them on social media. Y'all look them up. They recently did a Tiny Desk. Exactly. Y'all, do you love it? Somebody said yes. Eve was framed, said yes to yacht rock. Y'all, I love me
Come
some
on.
yacht rock. I'm on a mission to get more Black artists considered yacht rock artists because I listen to it all the
Yeah,
time.
right.
They need more Black songs.
Well, I will give you a couple other ones. There's an artist named Ray, who is terrific, Raye. There's
Ray
an
is amazing.
artist
Is
named,
she Black? I don't know
I
if she
think
is, but she tore the house
she's
down at the
mixed.
BET Awards.
I think she's mixed race. She's black and white, British, black and white. There's a one of named Earth Sign Shells. This is one of my favorite new artists, Earth Sign Shells. She has a song called My Daddy Died. It's like she is so good. If you used to like Nicki Minaj, replace Nicki with her. Earth Sign Shells is amazing. Danielle Ponder. If you're not up on Danielle Ponder is amazing. I just downloaded a bunch of her stuff. I love Tim. She's one of these. Don't appear in my eyes. And she sings like this. She says she has like a little bit of a flat voice. Her name is Thames. She's an African artist, fabulous. Olivia Dean. If y'all are not up on Olivia Dean,
Oh
she's
God,
amazing.
I
Cleo
love
Soul.
Olivia Dean.
Love Olivia Dean. Cleo Soul is awesome. Now, look, if you're a hip hop head and you want to hear an Asian girl rap like a Black girl and literally like switch between Japanese and English mid sentence and is like bomb. I don't know who birthed this woman. Her name is Lee Young Ji. I don't know what planet she came from, but she raps in English and Japanese and goes back and forth in mid sentence, baby. When I tell you this chick is bad to the bone. Incredible. There's another called let me give you one more. Nia Ashley is a great neo soul artist who is awesome and fabulous. Daniel Caesar, another really great neo soul artist. So that's just a few for you to.
And let's shout out, with the Lauryn Hill tribute that happened, the Tanya Blunt who sang Joyful Joyful. She's part of
Yes.
the group called War and Treaty.
Oh.
Please follow that group. It's Tanya and her husband. They
Oh.
are amazing. You
I'm
heard both.
getting that now.
War and Treaty. Y'all
There it
find
is.
somebody mentioned it in the comments. Thank
The
you.
War and Treaty.
War
Okay,
and
I'm on it.
Treaty. Because
I
after
got
that
it.
BET Awards moment, they got up to 200,000 followers on social media. They deserve them all. Please follow them.
Love Tanya Blunt. She's one of the most underrated singers
Girl,
ever. That Joyful in
amazing.
Sister Act 2 makes the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Miss Lady. So listen, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Mara Porter. We're so used to calling her other name, but we love Mara. We're so proud of her. Please check out her website. It's maraporter.com, I believe.
Yes, it is.
And we will put the link. And yes, please, hopefully she'll get into shopredbag.com and Blap soon. But for now, you go right to her place at maraporter.com. And then also make sure you hit like and subscribe on this program. Please hit share also. Make sure that you're sharing it with a friend. Grow the Cousin Nation. Make sure you join one of our sort of you can join one of our little what do we call them? They're like clubs. They're not a club.
Our membership.
It's like membership. Join a membership. So you can be in the book club, you can be a book babe, you can be on our little editorial board. And see, I made it to the meeting. So I'm not gonna miss the meeting, even if I'm out of town. I'm gonna get here. Because Jackie will help me down. So you can do that. And you can also follow this lady, Jackie Reid, at vegansexycool.com. You can be vegan, sexy, and cool, but make sure you don't eat no vegan food that's got them chemicals on it. You know what you're buying. Before you eat, make sure you know what you're eating. Don't eat just any old vegetable from anywhere. Just try to get you to a farmer's market or something. But vegansexycool.com, you can get great recipes, great ideas, be vegan, sexy, and cool. There's also the Jackie Reid experience, all things Jackie Reid. I know I'm trying to rush like he at the start.
He ain't even started yet.
He ain't even close. He living late. Anyway, Jackie Reid on time. And she's the Jackie Reid experience and also Jackie's weekly wellness guide, where you can get all the great ideas to eat better, be smarter, be happier, and live your life to the fullest. Jackie's weekly wellness guide.
Yeah, I tried putting Bernie out of the room, but he's
let Bernie stay.
He back having diarrhea now, so it's a whole thing.
Bernie.
I've been cleaning up poop all week. But anyway,
you just need to feed him sweet potatoes. Feed him rice and sweet potatoes.
Girl, the rice doesn't. I got to take him to a specialist. I do. I have to get another. The vet that I'm going to is not working. This has been going on for weeks. But anyway, Bernie, be quiet. Listen, go to joyannereid.com. That's all you need to do. because it's gonna take you everywhere she is. YouTube, Substack, Twitch, all her social media. She is literally everywhere. Go there to joyannereid.com, and that's all you got to do. Go
Bernie
there.
might be there too. I think so. When we get to NABJ, I'm finally going to get to hang out with Bernie, and then maybe he'll stop barking because I'll actually be there in person. He's talking to me.
He is. He wants
Yes.
TT. He's like,
He wants TT.
I want TT. He was like,
He
I
said,
want to come
Auntie,
hang out.
Auntie, she got all these cats in here. Auntie, she brought another cat. Auntie, she got a cat. It's a cat. I'll tell you, it's a cat outside, and she gonna bring it inside. Auntie, I told you she keep bringing these cats in here. Auntie, I don't understand why these cats. Auntie, she don't name like your
You
children.
see the
She trying
cats
to make
jumping around, girls. It's like, child, it is.
Let Bernie
like
speak. They said let Bernie free.
it's
Free
like
Bernie.
Noah's Ark up in this camp. That's all I
Free
can say.
Bernie. And she was telling me about other animals she's feeding in the neighborhood, y'all. She must be stopped. Jackie Reid must be stopped. She must be
I
stopped.
put food out for possums and the deer because we're taking away their environment. They don't have the habitat to get the food that they did. But so it's not a bad thing. And when it's hot outside, put a shallow dish of water out with some rocks in it for the birds to land on, for the bees to land on, and butterflies to get a little extra water. If it's hot where you are, put a little dish of water out around,
That's why they all go to your house, girl. Bye. See y'all next time. Go see Don. He'll be there in like 20 minutes.